8 or so weeks of our live stream across the GFL and BFL. I'm joined by Luke McCullough first. He's the first voice you hear, and Will Spence. Good afternoon, boys.
Good
Luke,
to see you,
firstly, what are we expecting today? We saw Newcomb a few rounds ago against Torquay, and they were pretty disappointing from a neutral standpoint. I think we all hope they're a bit more competitive today.
Yeah, well, to be fair, it's been a pretty good start for Newcomb. Probably something I haven't expected. Had 3 wins already this season. They sit 7th on the ladder. There have been short margin wins against Ocean Grove, Queenscliff and Port Arlington. And their last win hasn't been since mid-April. So hopefully we'll see what result they can bring today. And, these two sides, they can produce a good game.
Absolutely. Wilbur, good afternoon to you, mate. You had a win this morning in the under-19s, which is more important than this game, obviously.
I wouldn't say that.
But who's your tip this afternoon, mate? First time we've seen Drysdale this year, of course.
Yeah, it is. Haven't really seen much of Drysdale, but their form has been pretty good heading into this game. Obviously, Newcomb have been struggling the last couple of games, and they did struggle against Torquay, but I think Drysdale should win by, I'd say, maybe 50 points.
Well, Wilbur's gone 50, so just to rehash, Drysdale are in 5th position. They're 4-3. Had a couple of big scalps and then lost some. They probably wish that they hadn't. Last week was probably a big one against Montawari when they were in a pretty good position. Newcomb are 3-4 in 7th with a pretty ordinary percentage too. Luke, your tip?
I've got Drysdale by about probably 50 points. 55 points they'll go today. I have actually seen Drysdale play this year. I was at the Anzac Day game.
Yep. Against Port Arlington?
Against Port Arlington, yes. They are in Port Arlington. They played quite well there. So I can see Drysdale bring on a good challenge on the road here in Newcomb. We'll just see potentially how Newcomb can respond or what they can both do.
Absolutely. So players just making their way out to the middle. You can see Mitch Maguire, the Drysdale captain in the middle of the park. He'll be a pretty big influence throughout the day. I like the colour coordination with the boots too, which I'm a big fan of, Wilbur.
Yeah, it looks
just
great.
Rolling with the same colour as your jumper. I like that. Yeah. Something that's gone into cricket a bit more in recent times. Yeah, I think so.
Well, obviously being a captain, you want to stand out as well, and it's the best way to put your foot forward.
Absolutely. So we've got Matt Piggott and Burke in the ruck for the first contest of the day. Drysdale will be kicking to the left-hand side of your screen as you watch it. Newcomb to the right. Round 8 of the BFL season underway here at Newcomb Sand and Soil Oval. Newcomb and Drysdale. Piggott gets the first hit out, and there is Maguire on cue. Bursts out of the stoppage away from Wagner. Tumbles on forward to Dowd, who shows a clean pair of heels. He's going backwards to go forwards. It's an interesting and dangerous kick, but mark was taken. It's in half back anyway. Dangerous kick by Dowd. Hung up in the air a long while. So Drysdale at half back. Goes short to Piggott. Big ruckman at half back for the Hawks. He chisels one short and finds Dalglish, the boom recruit for the Hawks this season. He looks further afield. Chiseling ball to half forward. Hebbard tries to control it and does a pretty reasonable job. Cops a nice bump from Steele. Players converge. We'll have the first stoppage of the afternoon.
Already a bit of tension here, as we can see Wagner on top of one of the Drysdale players, and he's now being pushed around here, but all quickly ends now as the ball goes up. Tapped there by that looked to be Piggott in the ruck, and the ball's taken to the deck again for another ball up.
No, I think we got a free kick. Newcomb free kick, I think, Luke.
So free kick into the hands of Parrish. I didn't see that was for, but quick hand pass over to his teammate in Nolan. Out to the outer side, looking for Reed. Doesn't get onto him, and they're chasing on to the ball one-on-one here. Take along the outside. Ryan was in that contest as well.
So opening stages, good pressure around the footy from both sides early doors. You feel that's what Newcomb will have to do this afternoon if they are to keep with Drysdale. They need to be hot around the footy.
Don't want to overuse it.
So to be tossed in. Yes, Wilbur?
Don't want to overuse it like they did last time we watched.
That's right. They were a bit handball happy, weren't they?
Yep.
Last time around. Strong tackle and turn. Lee got his handball cleared just. There's a free kick for, not sure what he paid for below the knees contact perhaps. The umpire paying there. Must have been in the end. It's a free kick going the way of Newcomb. A couple to them already. Good looking ball too to Reed in the middle of the ground. The back of the centre square, Jake Reed looks up and drives it towards Burke, who got two hands to it, couldn't complete the mark. Hussey was wrapped up quickly, got his handball clear to his fellow number 1, Mitch Maguire, who bombs it inside 50. Here's Garth! Went the one hand. Hebbard, he's all by himself. Look, they drew the numbers to Garth Nolan. Can he get past him? He does. Hebbard, inside out ball. And the first goal of the day goes to Drysdale and to Josh Eddy.
Yeah, fantastic goal there by Drysdale. Very quick play. Maguire was trying to kick that one off the ground. I don't know what he was trying to do, but it ended up as a dribble kick and just fell into the hands of Eddie, who was by himself, and just kicked it around the body for a point-blank goal. So, early score for Drysdale here. 1-6 to Newcomb. Haven't scored yet. This ball's brought back into the middle. Any stats you've seen so far, Spency?
Already Drysdale +4 in possessions for the quarter, +7, 7-3 for kicks already. Just trying to get lots of inside 50s early, 3-0. Great start for him, and just defenders weren't able to roll back there for Newcomb. Just leaving Hebbard open in that pocket there, and setting up the goal for Eddie.
Umpires taking their time to get back into position,
Sure
Luke,
has.
haven't they?
So ball will go up again in the centre. Players go up. Maguire looks at his hands on the ball and then picks up the ball straight away, rather. Hand passes over to his teammate O'Dowd. Carried down to no one. O'Connell for Newcomb tried to go up there. In the hands of Newcomb again. Nolan has the ball. He takes it to the outer side. Goes straight to the opposition in the hands of Ryan. And Ryan will be looking for a man here. He just bombs it in towards the 50. Plenty of players around the ball. Almost into the hands of Jennings.
Right tackle.
Picked up straight away there. Now just on the outside. Newcomb clear it out of the 50 to no one. Umpire's called for something. Was it a high?
Downfield.
Yeah, it was downfield free kick, and they're urging the players to get on with it, but O'Connell will, I think the ball will come back to Shane O'Connell for pushing the back as he kicked it. Shane O'Connell, he's at half back for the Power. He'll kick towards us on this broadcast side. The ball drifts towards Steele, who has a few to beat. Does a pretty reasonable job in the end too, Andrew Steele. Lovely handball too. Breaks it open for Newcomb, and that's a nice looking kick too. Finds the chest of James Rickey. He wheels and goes immediately on his left foot. Not a great kick. Jenkins will come in and chop it off.
So Jenkins now ball in hand. First time in Newcomb's 50, I believe.
If it yet, or
Just inside.
Very
We'll
just.
give it to him.
Yeah,
Give
we'll
it to him, Will.
him. And he'll just go for a long bombing kick on the broadcast side, looking for his teammate in Piggott. He couldn't get his hands on the ball. Now chasing for the to the ball, taken to ground, and it'll be a ball up here, just right near our commentary booth.
So all Drysdale at the moment. They've got all the running so far. 1 straight 6 to no score, as you can see on the bottom left of your screen all day. Wilbur will be keeping you updated on that. Eddie tries to burrow his way through. There was no path for him, and we'll have another ball up.
Yeah, definitely the pressure around the ball's been pretty good so far, even though it's been in Drysdale's hands for 90% of the time. Maguire had the ball in hand. He had to quickly kick it out. A boot falls off one of the players there. And just trying to get this ball out here. All wrapping their hands around it, and that will be a ball up. And I don't know whose boot that is, but no one's gone to pick it up yet.
No, go out. I think it's the boot of Kane Parrish.
Yeah.
I think that's come free. Anyway, we're back playing. Boot or no boot at the moment. Drysdale find a way through. Lovely kick on goal by Bonner, and he's kicked
Fantastic.
it. Taylor Bonner. Nicely done.
Nice long bomb from about 45 metres out.
tackling pressure's been good early by Drysdale, +4 in that department, 6-2, and already +5 in inside 50, 6-1. So looking dangerous early here, Drysdale.
So a nice early start for Drysdale as well, just what they'd be looking for. This ball will be brought back into the centre again. So goal scorers so far, Josh Eddy with that first goal for Drysdale, and then Taylor Bonner. Can't actually see how many minutes we've played in this first term. Probably around 5 minutes if we look at our scoreboard.
Just a tick under 7 minutes.
Tick under 7 minutes, there we go. So ball goes up again. Short little tap there by the Newcomb player. And short little hand pass to his teammate. He's just fumbling it towards the broadcast side into the hands of Dalish, and that's still in play. It might be a ball up from there.
Yeah, I think so. The ball's just inside play.
It will be a ball up.
Yep, be tossed up by the umpire now. It was one down by code for Newcomb. Hussey was caught high and himself a free kick. James Hussey goes quickly to Nolan, left footer. Kicks to centre half forward. The kick doesn't favour his man though. Was chopped off by Bonner, the last goal scorer, and it's a lovely kick too. Beautiful delivery to Hebbard. He's at half forward. Gas one out in the square. Goes towards him now and takes the mark. No, dropped it. Joe Garthy paddles it, trying to keep it in, but to no avail. Another throw in.
So it's probably around maybe 3 or 4 turnovers, I reckon, for Newcomb already. And the ball will be thrown back in on this outer side. About 30 metres out from Drysdale's goals. And the umpire's just collecting the ball. They have it in hand, so be thrown up any moment now. And it goes up there. It was a punch there by the Newcomb player to the ball, but it's going to be a free kick in Drysdale favour. I'm not too sure what that was for, but it's going to go into the hands of Garth, the Drysdale interleague player. Garth kicked 14 goals this year, so this is going to be potentially Drysdale's 3rd goal, and Garth can definitely kick this about 40 metres out on the right-hand side. Kick on his left foot there. Fantastic goal, just nails it through the goals. And that is Drysdale's 3rd goal in quick concession. And they lead by a handy 18 points in this first term. 3-0, 18 to zip all for Newcomb.
Yeah, Jared Garth will be a threat all afternoon, you would think. Listening to those who would know, it sounds like he's just warming into his work at the Hawks nicely in recent times, recent weeks. Kicked a lovely goal last week in their defeat that was part of the Harvey Norman highlights, which you can see each and every Thursday night on the AFL Barn Facebook page. We got your back, Wilbur?
Yeah, we sure do. It's all good now.
Sounding very deep too. Nice to just turn yourself.
So Paul's going to be brought back here in the centre. And we're right in front of the Newcomb interchange gates here, so you might be able to hear him in the background. Ball goes up there. Maguire tried to get a tap on it. And a bit of a scrum for the ball in the centre square, so the ball will go up again. Up it goes. This one, Maguire with a much stronger tap on the ball. Reaching down there was Eddie. He's kicked a goal already, the first goal for the game. And it's going to be a free kick in Drysdale's favour. And quickly just progressed towards the inner pocket here. Great mark there by what looked to be Hebbard. And he just takes along that far left side, and that will be out of bounds on the full into Newcomb's hands.
It's lovely bodywork from Matt Hebbard. Very experienced player, obviously, with St Mary's. Plenty of seasons there. Played the last couple here at Drysdale. So the ball's been retrieved by Newcomb Jr. Nicely done, young man. Brought back in by Nolan. They need something here. Newcomb just to get themselves in the game, if anything. So Rory Nolan drives it, but Eddie shows a nice pair of hands. He marks it half forward for Drysdale.
Yeah, Eddie's been very strong this first quarter. He's had a fair few possessions already, but just as I say that, a quick turnover into the hands of Smith in the back line. He just takes a short kick over to his teammate with the long sleeves, and that will be Huntley Mitchell. And marked on that outer side by his teammate. So what can Newcomb do here in this passage of play? On the outer side here.
Yeah.
And, it's gone straight up there, a couple of players. I think that landed into the hands of Inglis on the far side. Umpire's called for the ball instead, so it will go up on this far side here. And no tap there by the Newcomb player, all into the hands of Inglis, I believe. And just in front of Drysdale's 50 here, into the hands of Walsh. And that was a goal, was it?
Straight to Garth.
Straight to Garth. Garth's marked it there.
Yep. Danger signs already here.
Yeah.
For Newcomb there. What will be the inside 50s, mate?
9 inside 50s to 1.
Yeah, there you go. Tells you all you need to know. So, Jared Garth, chance for his second already. And he comes, the bulking left footer, straight through. No doubt about that one. 2 for Jared Garth, 4 straight for Drysdale. 24-point lead already. Newcomb are yet to score in this opening term thanks to Harvey Norman and Red Onion.
So 16 goals for Garth this season. He's second in the Drysdale leaderboard. And very strong start for Drysdale's forward line. That's where they've been most strong in terms of the whole field already. And we just haven't had a chance to see Newcomb really perform. They're giving up a lot of turnovers. And the ball will be brought back into the middle.
Yeah, will be now. They really need to spark Newcomb. They've got Kieran Burke in the ruck now, relieving George Code. And he wins the hit out too. Down to Hussey. Need a bit more out of him. The Newcomb start. Reed couldn't pick it up cleanly, but they have time. Hussey chisels one. Looks to be a fair bit of yellow now, but bobbing up with it was Brown. They can work it inside 50 if they want. Huntley Mitchell handballs to himself in the end. He's just inside 50. Left foot poker. Mead Harding wheels round. Bombs it to the teeth of the goal square. Up early. Quick snap came down from James Ricky, but through for a minor score. Only their first score of the afternoon, Newcomb, which has taken how long, Wilbur?
13 minutes and 40 seconds.
Nearly 14 minutes for the first score, Luke.
There you go. So taken along the outer side there. And just a one-handed mark by the Newcomb player. I didn't catch the number, but fantastic mark.
Steele.
So Steele with ball in hand. He'll just do a short little kick to his teammate. Hits the hand of a Drysdale player. As they go down there, it was Scott with the ball briefly for Drysdale. And Logan Wagner is trying to punch someone out. And the umpire will call for a ball up again.
It's better from Newcomb. They're just not letting Drysdale have an easy out. And they're keeping the ball relatively close to home. Tossed up now. Burke again wins it down ahead of Kyle Davis. Strong tackle. Laid the balls at centre half forward. Shovelled forward. Quick kick came. Huntley Mitchell lurking. Maguire too. And he's wrapped up quickly, the Drysdale skipper. The ball's just inside 50 for Newcomb. Directly in front. They trail by 23 points. Early doors here first term. Burke up early. Wins it down. Hussey just finding a way through. Lynch fed a handball nicely to Maguire. Now Jenkins releases. Kick over the head of Hill. He's got 2 to beat here. What can Hill do? The ball just flies out off a boot. It shouldn't be deliberate and isn't paid to be tossed in front of us.
So ball's going to be tossed in here. A fair few interchanges going on as we speak, with the ball being so close. Now it's a 50-50 contest, being back in towards the middle of the ground here. Thrown in. A short little tap there by the Newcomb player of Burke, and it's just taken out of bounds again for another throw-in. So there's not too much to report at the moment, but we can say Drysdale started off very well, much to their liking. And the ball will be thrown back in here. So they go up again. Burke got a better tap on that one, but just falls into the hands there of Maguire, the captain. They'll take it out of bounds again for the third time.
Tackling pressure being good from both sides. Newcomb 7 to Drysdale's 8 tackles.
There we go.
Nice.
Drysdale also +7 for possessions for the quarter.
So it'll be tossed in. Plenty of numbers around this footy. Davis trying to flick it out the back, couldn't do. Oh, bit of miscommunication by the two Newcomb players. It was Nathan McDonald's handball missing O'Connell. So the ball stuck right in front of us, out of play here.
I thought McDonald was selling a bit of candy there, but then he did the second hand pass.
I think he almost outthought himself in the end. I didn't think he'd get into open space, but he did a reasonable job. So tossed in, favours Burke, palms it down towards Wagner. He's showing a nice bit of strength was Hill. Shoveled it forward towards Hebbard, who's bundled over the line and out of play.
And the ball slowly proceeding into Drysdale's 50 now, so they've got a good chance to convert again.
Could be wrong here, boys, but I think Inglis is tagging Hussey as well. If you just watch that, he's just pushing and shoving him, just getting Hussey really angry right now, and Wagner was trying to help him out there.
Good spot there, Spency. So Burke taps the ball again, doesn't do much into the ground, and that'll just be another quick ball up. about 35 metres. Oh no, a big
Pin him
free
holding
kick.
the ball.
Holding the ball, there you go. So, into the hands of Newcomb. Just looking for a man here. Plenty of options on the field. Goes to his right side, looking for Mead Harding. Can't get his hands on the ball. Spin move there by Jenkins, and then he's just taking the ball across
It's
the
a
line as
great
well.
tackle. Holding the footy is a decision.
Holding the footy.
Sure was. And
It's a fantastic tackle.
Jenkins won't be happy. He's a FECO coordinator, teacher at SJC College.
So, dumped forward by Turnley. It was a lovely tackle, and that's a great mark. Looks like Tevanofi, and it is. He's an up-and-coming star of the competition, just still in his teenage years, but big future ahead of him. Long ball towards Hebbard, who's causing some issues for the Newcomb defence, and Kane Parrish, and he'll line up from the opponent 50.
I reckon I played basketball with Tevin Noffy back in under 10s, under 12s.
Well, there you go, a
May
bit of
have.
history.
That name just rings a bell.
Makes sense.
That's Drysdale's fourth contested mark for the quarter and second mark inside 50. So if they can get lots of these important marks forward, then they could be very dangerous here.
And Matt Hebbard lines up. Take a fair hit from just outside 50. Asked the ball to come back, but just round a room and through for a minor score for the big man from the Hawks, Matt Hebbard. His first score of the afternoon, but he's causing some issues for the defence, as I say. So Nolan to bring it in for Newcomb. Drives it towards us on this broadcast side. There he is again. I reckon that's his fourth or fifth mark for the quarter already, Matt Hebbard. And then just drives it inside 50. Garth was held on to and get a free kick directly in front.
Oh, that's not good. Newcomb giving up that one, so that is more or less going to be a goal again for Drysdale.
It's just the pressure right now. 12 inside 50s to Newcomb's 3. Therefore, just getting lots of entries inside 50 to Garth and Hebbard. Eventually going to give a free kick away. In this case, they did.
So Garth going for his third goal this quarter. And he comes in on the left foot, about 30 metres out. Fantastic goal. Nice and easy. And then the scoreline now reads 5-1, 31 to zip 1-1 for Newcomb. So 30-point margin in the hands of the Hawks already in this first term. Ball will be brought back into centre. Yeah, so obviously, yeah, Garth and Garth being very strong in the last, well, in this whole quarter, really.
Parrish is a quality defender, but if they get 40 inside 50s, it's going to be very difficult for him to nullify his performance.
Most definitely.
Yeah, he's strong in the air. Matt Hebbard has always been that way too. So we're back in the middle of Sand and Soil Oval. Lovely hit out to Dalgleish, who was wrapped up in a strong tackle. Was dumped into the ground by Nolan. Umpire wastes no time in throwing it up. Burke won it down. Finding a way through was Ladlow. Ball's at half forward. Hussey emerges with it. Nice kick to Mead Harding. Lovely spoil though. Coming in late from Hopgood. They're trying to get it forward here. Can they find a way out? It was holding the footy against Tom Smith. He was caught and Drysdale looked to go quickly, and Dalgleish streaming through the middle of the ground. He can take a bounce. Can he kick the goal? He looks to pass it off instead. Would have liked a goal, but finding a way through. Couldn't quite see who that was, but Garth has kicked 4 in the opening quarter. It's an avalanche for the Hawks.
It was Walsh.
Walsh, excuse me, it was too.
Yeah, it was almost as well 44 for Walsh. I thought there was almost a high tackle there, but obviously the umpire didn't see it, and gone straight into the hands of Garth, who kicked his 4th goal for the game, and that brings his goal tally up to 18.
Drysdale +8 for kicks for the quarter, guys. Just getting lots of entries inside 50, utilising the kick first ball, and therefore just getting lots of marks with Hebbard and Garth inside 50, and we saw with Lynch and Dalgleish combining there on that overlap. Just too hard for them to stop that, Newcomb players.
So thanks to Harvey Norman and Red Onion. 22 minutes gone, it's 36 points the way of Drysdale.
So tap out there by the Drysdale player, and then it's just taken across there in the hands of Dalgleish. Passes over to Ryan, who does a quick short hand pass to his teammate, looking for Hebbard. Putting his hands on it. Maguire had the ball for a brief moment. Lynch has it in his hands. Hand pass over to Piggott. Piggott, good hand passing play here by Drysdale in total. Tried to be picked up there by Reed. He's got the ball in hand, and he'll clear it out. Looking for his teammate in McDonald, who's now one-on-one with Lynch, but it's just picked up straight away into the hands of what looks to be, Hill. And now into their 50. Maguire chasing up the ball. He picks up short hand pass to his left side. And he was looking there, I believe, for Scott. But it's just been brought back in. Is that another goal? Yes, it is.
It is.
Fantastic. I didn't pick up who that was.
I think it might have been Hill.
Yes, I reckon it was.
Yeah, he's just coming towards the bench now. It was Hill, I'm pretty certain.
So just another quick goal there for Drysdale. Like, Newcomb couldn't keep up with the play as Hill comes off here. And Brawl will be...
No, sorry, it was Taylor Bonner. Excuse me.
Bonner. Thank you very much. So that's his second goal for the game. So far the goal scorer is Jared Garth with 4 goals. Josh Eddy with the first goal of the game. He's got 1. And Taylor Bonner with 2. So I just said before, scoreline reads 7-1, 49 to zip 1-1. 48-point margin for Drysdale.
Yep. Back in the middle, Dowd. Clean hands to Eddie, who's wrapped up by 2 immediately. No prior, says the umpire, and it will be tossed up. Just over 23 minutes gone in this opening term, and Newcomb will be praying for that quarter-time siren to come pretty quickly, I think. Eddie, quick kick forward. Williamson tries to control it in the middle of the ground. Does a pretty good job too. Had a couple to beat. Lays a strong tackle. He did well then. Williamson, Maguire got it forward. And then Garth couldn't quite get there on the full. Collected a half volley handball towards O'Dowd. Does he keep it in? He does just. But his handball was smothered and now out of play, I think. There's a bit of confusion with the players. I'm not sure what they're all standing around for. I think it will be thrown in. It will be.
Ball was definitely taken across the line, so it will be thrown in. And they're just waiting for something here. Nope. Umpire's about to throw it back in. Tapped there by Garth. And just progressing into the Drysdale 50. Tried to be picked up there by Ben Ryan. And it's just taken across there. I believe Ryan was the one that kicked that one. And that is another goal for Drysdale. And tension is high in this forward 50. So Drysdale really running away with this one early in this first term. And the ball will be brought back into the middle. An 8-goal margin in this first term. 48 points is the lead.
Yep. This is not the start we wanted, nor Newcomb, that's for sure. Jeez, Drysdale look good though.
Your prediction was right at the moment, but still 3 more quarters.
Yeah,
it's very difficult at the moment.
That's the worry. Jeez, Drysdale looks slick.
Any backline statistics for Drysdale or forward-line statistics for Newcomb you got there, Spency?
Newcomb for rebound 50 is 7 to Drysdale's 1, only just because they don't have many inside 50s.
Yep, there you go.
And he got his handball cleared at O'Dowd. Kick forward, how's the beautiful gather from Dalgleish. I reckon he can sniff a goal too. Got his handball cleared to Davis, who was encroached by a few. Now O'Connell in his own back half. Not sure where he's going with this. He's just running from one side of the ground to the other, and then Mungs one. I have no idea where he's kicking that to.
Yeah, Williamson was calling for deliberate.
It is paid deliberate too. So going the way of Drysdale and Chris Lynch on the outer side. O'Connell just running out of options. Lynch drives it forward. Here comes Garth from the front. Ball falls out the back. Dalgleish, strong tackle. It'll be another one. Davis, soccer, and...
That's a rush.
No, rush behind.
So Drysdale's second behind for the term. 8-50 to zip 1-1, 49-point margin. And
27 minutes gone.
Yeah, it has been a long quarter, mind you, so like you're saying before, Josh, Newcomb will be praying to just huddle up and talk about what went wrong in this first term. And just a short little kick there on that outer side. Just trying to escape the 50 at the moment.
It's Nolan in the pocket.
Nolan, thank you very much, Spency. Nolan, long kick out there to plenty players, but looks to be a direct turnover into the hands of Noffy, I believe. And he just takes awards to the middle of the ground into the hands of Ryan. Ryan, a long bombing kick into the 50. And almost going up there was Dalish. And umpires called for holding the man into Newcomb's favour again. So that's Newcomb's about third or fourth free kick in their defensive 50. So they've been lucky with a couple of decisions. Margin could be even higher.
Newcomb +1 and free kick 6-5.
There you go. And it will go into the hands of Gordon. Peter Gordon for Newcomb. Oh, sorry, we'll go to Parrish. And he just does a little hand pass and bombing it out of 50. Plenty of players around the ball there. Punch out there by the Newcomb player. Picked up by Ladlow. And just in front of our commentary booth here, 1-on-1. And they all scrum for the ball there. Going down there was Mitchell Scott for Drysdale, but it'll be a ball up just right in front of us here. Late into this first term.
Yep, perfect vantage point for this one. Tossed up, nice hit out from Piggott, and they release Maguire to Hill. Back inside 50, they've got the spare back in front of Jared Garth now. Copping a bad bounce was Rory Nolan. Wagner fighting hard, tooth and nail on the ground. And he's pinned him for holding the footy. Hot decision, but it'll be another Drysdale free kick, I think. Just trying to pick up who it will be going to. Looks like it'll be Jared Love's free kick, and it is.
Newcomb getting dominated at the moment in the clearance department. Drysdale lead 9-3.
There we go.
Jared Love has 7 goals this season.
Yeah, there's another new arrival this season for Drysdale, coming across from Bell Park with Chris Lynch. And here comes Jared Love, left footer, wanting the ball to come back. Didn't quite do that. Through for a minor score for Jared Love. Extends the margin to 50 points already. Can you believe that?
So taking on this inner pocket here. Short little kick for all the Newcomb players, looking for Parrish, and he just gets that ball there. So a bit of pressure going around in this defensive 50. Just a short little hand pass. Cleared out, that was just smothered there by Bonner. And it's just almost into the, yes it is, it's in the hands of Ryan, and he just kicks that one across over the umpire's hat, and that will be his second goal for the game. So just easy pickings here for Drysdale, and that will be their 9th goal this term. So it's not a pretty sight we're seeing here at Newcomb Sand Soil Oval. And now the margin is 56 points. 9-3-57 to zip 1-1. The ball will be brought back into the middle.
Gee whiz, what a opening term for Drysdale. They've really put the foot down. Bit of a disastrous one for the Power, Wilbur.
Sure is. Drysdale +23 for possessions for the quarter just alone. +17 for inside 50s. Pretty staggering stats at the moment.
+17.
+7 hit outs. I have thought Kieran Burke was pretty good early, and then they've sort of been getting over the top of him as of late.
Yeah, this is code in the ruck for Newcomb. Wagner does a pretty good job. Ball half forward, Burke. They find a way through. Hussey from the paint of 50. Can he give them something to the teeth of goal through the hands of Indy Ryan? Through for a behind. He had a pretty good look at that too. Indy Ryan coming across some lawn this season.
So Hopgood has it, kicks it to the outer side there. Going up to the mark, it was a fantastic grab there by his teammate. And he's just looking for a man. He's going to go all the way back to Hopgood. He might do the switch here, Hopgood. Which he does. Looking for his teammate there on the inner side. Short little kick over to Williamson. And the umpire's called for something. No, he hasn't. Into the hands of Maguire. Maguire, short little hand pass off to his teammate in the long sleeves. Bombs it down across the centre square. Into their 50 all of a sudden. 1-on-1 contest here. And that was involved. Jennings was involved for Newcomb in that contest. Taken to the outer side. Short little hand pass over to the hands of Nolan. And it's just taken out to the outer 50, but just another turnover there into the hands of Drysdale,
Yeah, it's Mitch Maguire with the footy
the captain.
on centre wing.
And he'll just do a little kick to Lynch over on the outer side. And he'll be looking for a man here as they all try to set up. See if they can get another goal before this term ends. And the umpire's called
He's paid 50, I think, has
50.
he? For going over the mark. It didn't look like, because Lynch definitely ran off his mark.
Yeah, it was almost a play-on call, but
He had a lot of time, I thought, Lynch.
Yeah.
And the umpire,
And then
I
he-
thought, did say play on.
Yup.
And then he actually ran off his line, so
Yeah.
it's an interesting call. And you're right, Wilbur, he did have a lot of... I was given a lot of time, but it's a very short 50 too.
About to say that.
That's about 30 metres, if that.
We lost a 100-metre penalty today for one of our teammates saying that's a short 50.
so Lynch from the back line where he usually plays, he's going to go for this one. Good little kick just gone to the left side there, and that will be another behind for Drysdale. So the goals are not coming as frequent as they once were earlier in the term. And my piece of paper has flown out of the truck.
Oh, you're joking.
It is gone right through that gap, so I will be right back to see if I can still salvage it.
We'll continue. Nolan, little one over the top, just waxing with Parrish. Nolan goes over the top. Clever mark by Wagner, right on the softest siren in world football. And it's a dominant quarter there. Drysdale's probably their best quarter of the season, score-wise anyway. They lead 58-2. 9-4, 58 to 2 behinds in this opening term. Absolute domination from Drysdale. 56 points it is at quarter time. We'll be back in a few moments with the second term. Beautiful. There's all you need to know around the grounds at quarter time across the GFL and the BFL. A few interesting scores there. St Joey's Leopold will be an intriguing clash, as will Geelong West and St Albans. So back underway, second term. It's 56 points the way of Drysdale. Can we see a response from Newcomb in this second term? But it's Drysdale with the first clearance through Maguire. Hebbard is held on to. No free kick going his way. They find a way out. Nolan has the footy. It's an awful kick though. Turns it over to Williamson. His handball missed the target slightly, but they still have a chance. Bonner, left foot snap, lovely. Inside the first minute.
It's his third.
Yeah, that
He
is
has his third goal. Gaskell 4, Taylor Bonner now with 3. Drysdale already have 10. We're less than a minute into the second term.
Yeah, Bonner, I don't know how many goals he kicked all season, but this will definitely help his tally. He's had a very strong game so far in his forward line. So Newcomb not really starting the way they wanted to. Let's see what they can do later in this term. And the ball will be brought back here. So a hefty margin in the favour of Drysdale. Definitely help with their percentage. They have a percentage already of 110%. Meanwhile, Newcomb only on 74, despite having 3 wins. They were short margin wins, as I said earlier. The ball goes up. Tap there by Burke, and it's just been picked up there straight away by Eddie. And, great tackle there. Dalish had the ball in hand, and it will be another ball up in the centre circle.
Good way for Hussey to get into the game, just little tackles like that, just to get his energy up and about while he's being tagged.
So, tap there once again by Burke. And it was a short little hand pass there, looking for Ben Ryan, who picks it up. Lynch with the ball in hand. He had the ball there. That might be holding the ball, and it is. And it's now into the hands of the Newcomb player, Steele. Nice strong kick into the 50, picked up by his teammate, just dropped it. That was Hussey there, who just dropped it straight away on the ground. And just picked up there out of nowhere by Scott. And ball still in play, 1-on-1. And it's taken across the line.
If you can just hear some loud yelling, it's because we're right next to the Newcomb interchange gate, so lovely vantage point here at Sand and Soil Oval. Back in the middle, Eddie just hacks one out of the stoppage, and it works too, straight into the chest of Jared Love. Goes quickly to Dalglish. Look at the way this man moves. He's a big chance for the Ash medal too, you would think. Kick out wide. Williamson does well. Kick inside 50 is a little ill-directed. Garth just bypasses it. We didn't even bother picking that up, Wilbur. And we'll have a ball up. Looked a lot like Chris Gale in the field last night. I was watching him run around. Wilbur I don't think he likes fielding too much, and don't think Garth likes picking it up.
Especially when he's batting just little sixes or fours, not going to run between the wickets. Similar to Garth there, trying to pick it up.
Dalglish, does he keep it in? He does. Oh, speaking of the devil, the one-handed grab from Jared Garth. He's having quite the day. Wonderful grab. Could be a Harvey Norman highlight. Early stages, a wonderful grab from the big man.
This is to go for goal number 5 for him.
Probably his toughest kick, to be honest. He's had lots of goals from about 15, 10 metres out directly in front. Tougher angle. Would be a very good kick for Drysdale.
This would have to be the BFL's quickest 5-goal haul, you would think. He's done it. We're less than 5 minutes into the second term and Jared Garth has 5 goals. Extraordinary.
They're able to kick lots of goals in that first quarter very quickly, and they might just do that again here.
So it's 19 goals for Garth this season, 2 behind Hebbard, who's the team's leading with 21 goals for the season. And he's potentially even planted himself into the top 5 of the BFL. As of this round, it was Tom Warple from Motowari and Corey Connor from OG with 18 goals so far for the season. And the ball will be brought back into the centre. Tapped there by Maguire again. He actually has been quite strong in the centre. And Smith tried to pick up the pieces for Newcomb, but the ball hits the deck and this will be another ball up.
Yeah, so 68 points is the margin. We're just 5 minutes into the second term. This is getting ugly for the home side. I need to do a bit more of that, I think. Just lock it in a bit around the stoppages because Drysdale just running all over the ground at the moment. Tossed up. One down and pretty convincingly too by Piggott, who's been good in the ruck. We'll have another ball up in the ruck.
It's 15 scoring applications to 2. So a 68-point margin, and that is a big deficit on the scoreboard. Maguire kicks that one out of the centre square into the hands of his teammate, and just another big kick. That was Garth again, I believe, but it was taken onto the left side, so that will be behind for Garth.
It was Hebbard.
Oh, Hebbard, sorry.
Looked like him anyway.
And now Newcomb will get another kick out here, so they're Drysdale's 5th behind. And also 11 goals as well. Taken to the inner side of the wing. Just picked up straight away there. Great mark by Davis. And now he has some opportunities. And a kick towards the middle of the 50. Plenty of players go up. Hebbard was also involved in there. And Newcomb, they do well to get this one out. A couple of sloppy hand passes, umpires calling for something.
That was not a throw, I don't reckon.
And that's what he's calling for, a throw, so it'll go into the hands of Drysdale again.
What did you think, Wilbur?
Didn't think it was a throw, to be honest.
I think he was too quick for the umpire. He went over the head.
Yeah, those ones can be cold, but in my opinion, it did look like he did. Handball.
Maguire, the captain, from about 40 metres out. Nice long bombing kick over the umpire's hat. Great goal by the captain. And that will be Drysdale's 12th goal for the game. 12-6, 76 to zip 2-2. 74-point margin in the second term. And goal kickers now Mitch Maguire, the captain. Ben Ryan with 2 goals. Jared Garth with the 5. Josh Eddy with 1. And Taylor Bonner with 3.
Should just stand up and do the scoreboard, I reckon, Buzz, at the moment.
Yeah.
Been getting up and about.
Yeah, you'll have a sore back, I think, by the end of the day if you keep going up and down like this. We're back in the middle, 75-point margin. Hussey with a rare clearance for the home side. Nofi does a good job of fisting it away. First on the scene will be Winsell, if he can keep it in, which he does not. The ball out of play on centre wing.
So on this outer side here, it's actually been a nice day in Geelong. We've had a fair bit of rain on the first day of winter. In fact, the last time these two teams played, which I was going to talk about before the game started, was this day last year.
There we go.
So exactly 365 days ago, which was a stat I found. And umpire has called for there'll be a Newcomb free kick actually. Sorry, Drysdale free kick.
No, Newcomb free kick.
A Newcomb free kick.
Paid it in the back there.
Paid
For
in the
Burke.
back. So long bomb just inside 50, and it was Dalish that pumped that one out. Fair few players around the ball. Hand pass by Steele. He's had a fair bit of ball for Newcomb so far this game, and then just a quick kick by Winsell towards his teammate there, Mead Harding, who's the most further player towards the goal square, but it's just gone out of bounds and it will be a throw-in.
75 points the margin already. We're nearly not even 10 minutes into this second term. The margin already sitting at 75. Tossed in. Front position was all Drysdale, and they work it out to Lynch. Looping handball. Misses O'Dowd. Bit of a scrap on for it. We'll have another ball up. Bit of a throwback this for Newcomb to a couple of seasons ago, unfortunately for them. One down. Trying to find a way through. Hussey gets it back to and then throws on the left boots. That would be something. That's a brilliant goal. That really is something special.
That was Hussey, I believe, that kicked that one.
It was Hussey. That's an extraordinary goal. That is showing a bit of toughness and application. So James Hussey, the Newcomb star, with the team's first goal.
On the opposite foot as well, don't you mind.
It's also the team's first application to the scoreboard by a player. Of course, they're two behind so far, have been rushed.
Could be a good way to provide some energy for the side, just to get a couple of goals now, possibly get back-to-back goals, and obviously probably not win this game, but make the margin a lot more appropriate for its game.
No, I reckon Newcomb's goal now would probably be just trying to bring that percentage, not have much of a percentage disadvantage after this round. So Ryan there had a quick hand pass, almost brought back to him into the hands of Steele. Like I said, had plenty of the ball so far today for Newcomb. Hussey, the goal scorer, kicks into the 50, looking for his teammate, but just another turnover there into the hands of Jenkins. How many turnovers for Newcomb, Spency?
12.
12. There you go. So Ryan has the ball again. He's just going to progress this forward. Lynch is by his side. Hand passes over to Lynch. And umpire's called for a Drysdale free kick. And it'll go back into the hands of Ryan.
Newcomb, when they've gone out of their back line, they've always Drysdale have always had extra numbers behind the footy. So every time they've just kicked it out of the full back line, they've just been able to intercept it every time, which has caused those turnovers.
So almost tried to be marked there by Parrish, who's in the forward line on this outer wing here. And there was a kick there by Love towards their goals, but it looks like it's gone out on the full. He was looking for Jared Garth, the goal-kicking man today.
He brought back in by Nolan, who squares it to Hussey, who always got a lot of the footy. He's been terrific under duress today, but his kick misses Steele. Oh, that's a hamstring. That is a hamstring, absolutely. Couldn't quite pick up who that
Eddie.
was.
It was Eddie.
Yep.
Josh Eddie, that's a hammy, and Dave Dunn, you would think. Steele, look at him burst through right in front of us. Got a good look at that. Putting on the afterburners, Andrew Steele. And a squaring ball to Huntley Mitchell. Geez, Lynch did a good job to implement the spoil. And they're out. Chris Lynch takes a bounce and then takes two. Handball over the top. They've got one over the top. Maguire. Kick long and strong. Nolan back with the flight in front of an incoming Garth. That's a dangerous and brave thing to do. We'll have a ball up. I think it was Dalglish was the man who's done his hammy there. That's a big loss.
Yeah, he wasn't in too much pain. He was limping off, but he's just come off here in replacement for O'Dowd, who's just come on for him, and he's out around near the ball there. Plenty of players around in this Drysdale 50. Maguire there tried to smother that one. Kicked out by Newcomb. Chasing after it was Ladlow. It's just taken across the line, and it will be a ball up. A throw in.
Won't hurt them today, but if that's any more than a strain, they'd be a bit worried, Drysdale. Dalglish's been a superb pickup from the Footscray VFL side, Wilbur.
Only the 5 kicks in total for this quarter from both sides. Just been a scrappy affair so far.
There you go, and there's a great mark there by the Drysdale player, Ebbard. So Ebbard has kicked... How many? He hasn't kicked one.
Nope,
No,
2 behinds.
2 behinds, yes. He hasn't had a good day yet on the scoreboard. Let's see what he can do for his Hawks. 12 goals Drysdale's kicked this game already. Newcomb only 1. Margin is 69 points. And Hebbard takes that one in. Fantastic goal by Hebbard from about 40 metres out. And that will be his first goal of the game, the leading goal scorer. He brings his tally up to 22 for the season. The margin's now 75 points.
Gee whiz, this is heading towards triple figures pretty quickly.
Well, you know what they say, first to 100 wins. So
I think it's first to 83 wins here, I think. It's been all Drysdale. They've been utterly dominant. How good's their captain been, Mitch Maguire? Been everywhere for them so far. Been huge to the middle of the park. Back in the middle, Burke jumped weak too early, so he missed a chance for a hit out. But we'll have a repeat stoppage here. Just repeating that score: 3-6, 83 to 126. 1-2-8, excuse me.
Maguire with the 5 clearances for the match.
On over the top towards the man we speak of, but couldn't quite get hands to it. Shuffled out, there he is. Another handball. They get it over the top by hand quickly. Scott, his kick was bundled forward. Bonner to Love. Left foot ball to Garth. Oh, nudges his man under the footy. Can he keep it in play? He gets collared. He'll take the advantage. Handball over the top, and Hebbard with the unmissable goal.
So Hebbard, a quick second goal there. That could have been Garth's 6th. But they're now starting to make a partnership out of this one.
Oh boy.
And it's not good signs here, especially when we're at Newcomb Sand and Soil Oval and this sort of game's playing out. But it's now just damage limitation for Newcomb. Just see what they can do as Hussey now runs out onto the ground. And the ball will be brought back into the centre again.
Yep, so 14-6, excuse me, 89 to 128, Luke.
And this win can potentially put Drysdale a game ahead on the ladder. They'll potentially stay in 5th with a very, very good margin in hand. So we'll just have to see how the other scores play out. Ball goes up there, tapped by the Drysdale player and is floated up into the air, but that has been called mark. Hand passed over. Turnley had the ball. This one just comes towards our inner wing here into the hands of Steele. He's had plenty of the ball.
He has. Andrew Steele just backward of centre wing. Kicks down the line. Not his best kick, chopped off by Jenkins, who had front position for Drysdale. Goes a long way back. Look out. Hussey arrived late. Emerges with it. Sockers it forward. Did brilliantly well, James Hussey. Huntley Mitchell. Can he emerge with it? Not quite. Ran out of room and help. Through for a rush behind.
About 3 Drysdale players there just came out of nowhere and appeared to stop that one going across the line.
And they go quickly too. Maguire straight from the kick out. And look at the numbers just stream forward here for the Hawks. Love through the middle of the ground takes the mark. They're still streaming forward here, Drysdale. Can he find a man? Jared Love just pokes one over the top. They've got numbers everywhere you look. Ryan, kick over the top towards Garth, whose hands are vice-like. Jared Garth takes the mark and has a chance for number 6.
Yeah, there's no stopping him. He may as well just go for it. And he can bring the margin up to 86 points if he kicks this one.
It's Drysdale's 3rd mark inside 50 for the quarter, and Newcomb have not registered a mark inside 50 for the match when they've gone forward inside 50.
Wow. So Jared Garth for number 6.
Oh,
hammers into the post. Very small goal post too here, mind you. through behind.
And that's just been another mark there by Garth, and he's just picked it up again.
Oh, can you believe that?
And straight turnover. And he now has a better angle to kick this one from, probably the same distance, and this is probably going to be his 6th goal of the game. From this one, he'll just learn from what he just kicked just before.
Drysdale have just reached the nervous 90s.
Nervous 90s. So, to be 4 points out from 100 points in his second term for Drysdale. Can Garth kick this on the left boot? He does this time. Fantastic goal. And that is Garth's 6th goal for the game and for the season. He's now into the 20 goal mark. He started this game with 14 goals. Now he's got 20.
I think he can sniff a double figure job too here. And he's on the 4. He should do it comfortably. Really, he's kicked 6 ball half time, Will.
You'd think that, wouldn't you, Buzz? If you thought Drysdale kicked a heap of goals with 9 in the first quarter, it's getting very close to that still with 6 goals and 17.5 minutes gone. There's still plenty of time.
You'd guess there's at least another 10 minutes, wouldn't you, in this second term? So still plenty of time for some more damage to inflict on Newcomb here. Maguire, he's felt like he's won every single clearance for Drysdale. Ryan kicks forward inside 50. Love has got some space to work with. Jared Love and kicks just over the top. Garth.
I think that's... Oh, it's gone across for behind. So 15-7-97 to 1-3-9. And ball just on that outer side there. Smith was involved in the contest for Newcomb. And it will be still in play. And it will be thrown for a ball up on that far outer side. I was just looking at the percentages on the ladder that we see at the moment. There's a fair few teams that have actually plus 100%, like in the high hundreds as well. So this strong percentage that Drysdale will gain after this match, they'll just join the likes of Motawari, who's on top, Barwon Heads, Torquay with those 140, 150% percentages. So,
and with the competition being as tight as it is from 1 to 6, 7, percentage is all important come the later rounds if you do want to make the top 5. So you're spot on, Luke. This could be an all-important game. They can't really afford to let them off the hook here, but they aren't here. They've got another inside 50 here, Drysdale. Strong tackle came from Woodford. We'll have a ball up pretty much directly in front.
How many inside 50s for the quarter, Spency?
Drysdale 13 to Newcomb 6. So Newcomb have been a lot more better with the contested football, but
it's not that big of a differential, really, is it?
No.
But they're scoring every time they go in, pretty much. That's
9 scoring shots from 13 inside 50s. Just says it right there.
We did say 17 inside 50s at some point during the first term, I believe. So for Drysdale have 13 inside 50s this term with about 7 or 8 minutes remaining. This has been another dominant quarter for Drysdale, and Love did the quick hand pass there, and it's just been taken closer to their goals. Garth went up there. Hebbard's also around the ball. Briefly was in the hands of McDonald for Newcomb. And look how many players around this ball here, just all trying to jump for it. And it'll be a ball up about 30 metres outside Drysdale's goal line.
So just repeating that score that you can see on the bottom left of your screen. That's 15-7-97 to 139. And they're not going to stop yet. O'Dowd ran into a brick wall really in the end, and we'll have a ball up directly in front for Drysdale.
Newcomb aren't handling as much here compared to last time we watched them.
Wagner dumped in a strong tackle. He might be hurt too. He looked a sort of grimace come across his face. The kick towards goal just pitched inside play and will be tossed in.
Just watching Wagner here,
it looks okay.
He looks okay. He's got a fair bit of mud on his right side.
Drysdale, Newcomb can't handball at the moment, boys, because Drysdale are just getting too much of the footy at the moment. They're just playing tempo footy, holding on to the football, and Newcomb can't control it at the moment. Tossed in, but again the ball runs out of play away from McDonald.
So Drysdale just lingering around in their 50 here, trying to snap up another goal to take him into the triple figures potentially. Fair bit of tension going off the ball here, I'm just watching. And ball goes across the face and hits the deck again. Hebbard was involved in one of those tackles and it'll be another ball up, so a bit of a hush going on at the moment, but just lingering in Drysdale's 50.
Bit of a lull, isn't it, as we tick over 23 minutes in this second term. Bonner does a terrific job of keeping the ball in front of himself and then sprays the shot wide.
Would have been his best goal out of the possible 4 of them.
Absolutely. It's been dangerous at half forward for the Hawks. Taylor Bonner. Oh, the kick coming back in from the crowd just smashes into the tree.
Well, the ball almost went to the neighbour's front yard over there, so...
That house is quite close, isn't it, to the ground? Anyway, brought back in. Nolan. Darcy. Drives it wide. Fisk coming in late. Clean pick up from Hopgood. Chiseling ball was nice to love. He's had a busy second term. He's got men on in the middle of the park if he wants. Finds one of them now. Looks like Nofi, it is. 70 from home, Tevin Nofi wheels and goes. Long ball, but chopped off and marked.
I believe that's Ladlow in the long sleeves on that far side.
Not a heap to go to, just forced to kick it down the line. Mark wasn't taken. Eddie got his handball clear. Nofi again just bombs it deep towards Garth. Why wouldn't you? Oh, it's a lovely gather. And there's a whistle and it'll be a hold going the way of Newcomb, and I think Josh Walsh is the man who'll earn himself the free kick.
It looks like it will be Josh Walsh who's brought down, and he will just go for the snap here. Walsh hasn't applied anything to the scoreboard yet. He has been quite strong around the ball though. There's a couple of players just changed in front of us, and that is a fantastic goal there for Walsh, his first goal of the game, and that brings Drysdale to the triple figures. First to 100 wins, as I like to think of it, and I reckon Drysdale might have won this game. So 199 Newcomb to 16 803. So a 94-point margin in Drysdale's favour.
With the likes of Mitch McGuire in the midfield, Drysdale +7 for clearances, 10-3 at the moment, boys. And just in this quarter, absolutely dominating at the moment. And they're +9 inside 50s, +18 for kicks. So Newcomb just can't get their hands on the football at the moment.
Back in the middle of the park, it's a dominant hit out from Pickett, who's been impressed by his work. Wagner, loopy handball, just sells Nolan into trouble, who is absolutely buried into the muddy cricket square there. It's a very strong tackle. Just flick yourself on, Wilbur, if you do want to talk, mate. Tossed up. Maguire does a good job of getting it forward. Love again, he's been busy. Can he cap off his quarter with a goal? He fancies one and mungs it through for a minor score.
So that's Love's second behind. He's had a fair few opportunities, especially with the ball in hand while running, and yeah, second behind for today. Anyway, still helps Drysdale's ever-growing lead. And it'll just be cleared out here towards the inner side, looking for Code. Code got his hand up, and oh, look at all these players just getting around the ball already, and it'll be taken to ground. Tevin Noffey brought the man down.
That was Ladlow there, Luke. So Ladlow's not wearing the long sleeves.
Oh,
we'll find out who that is.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Tossed up. Geez, Ruckman fell to ground, but no free kick. Tumbled forward, comes off a stray boot. Steele does a good job, handballs over the top, and now they've got a chance here with O'Connell, who takes a bounce, runs to 60, bombs it towards Hussey. It's not a bad result in the end, really, for Newcomb.
Oh, yeah, well, it's gone out of bounds, so sort of paints a picture of their day going for goal and just heads out of bounds instead.
Not too sure if Hussey's injured or if he's just playing deep forward at the moment just to try and get rid of the tag, but could be dangerous, but unfortunately they're not getting enough entries inside 50 with only just 7 this quarter. Jenkins has a pretty easy role on him at the moment if it's not getting in there.
How many inside 50s for the game, Wilbur, for Newcomb?
They have 12.
So 5 in the first term, 7 this term, and someone's just stood on the mark there. So once again, painting Newcomb's picture today. They can't even score a goal. Lynch, hand pass over to his teammate. Short little kick, that's always, his teammate slipped over there and that's gone across the line. That was Davis there who slipped over.
We tossed in right in front of us. You can probably hear the Newcomb coaching staff getting around George Code there for a bit of an effort to affect that contest. Tossed in, he's competing this contest and well and wins it. Wins his own clearance. Kicks towards Hussey. Jenkins, as Wilbur mentioned, did a pretty good job there to keep the ball in front of himself and then tumbles it forward towards the boundary and then nudges Hussey under the footy. That's a brilliant job by Jack Jenkins, it really was. And then wins the footy back. That's a huge effort from Jack Jenkins. Dumps it down the line. Numbers again with the Hawks. Can they make it work? Bonner just thumps it clear. They still have the numbers here. Drysdale. Hill over the top. Strong grab Hebbard. Mouth guard hanging out of the mouth. Doesn't matter. Kicks towards Garth. Here he comes. Nolan did a good job sitting in the hole. Still a chance. Find a way through. McDonald did a good job. But it's all Drysdale. Nofi cops it. Bit of a rough bounce. Hear the call. Crunch him. Steely, but couldn't do. And then Nofi gets rid of Hussey in the process. And it's all Drysdale on the outer side.
So outer side it goes. Looking, just straight turnover there. He was looking for Ben Ryan. Couldn't get to him in the end. And there's a short little kick to Hussey all by himself in the centre. He'll just... there's not a very good kick there. And he's looking for Nofi. And not a very good hand pass. Picked up there by McDonald, I believe. And just hit the deck in the centre square. So a bit of sloppy effort going on there from Newcomb in that passage of play. That'll be a ball up.
It was a good option though from Ladlow to find Hussey in there. Just if they can hit those 45s and get possession of the football, they could kill a lot more goals here.
Ladlow tumbled it forward through the legs of Mead Harding, who somehow emerges with it, but his handball misses the target. Ryan finds a way through. Maguire. Jenkins now. Left foot ball. O'Dowd's got acreage to work with here. Plenty of space in front of him. He's got Lynch to work with. Runs to centre half forward, Chris Lynch. One over the top. Here he is! Jared Garth on the chest has a chance for number 7 of the half.
Yeah, Jared Garth, he is almost going to kick more goals than the score of Newcomb so far. But number 7 he's lining up for here. He's about 35 to 40 metres out from the man on the mark. In fact, more like 30. And he'll come in. Left foot again. Can he slot this one through? He does. Goal number 7 for Jared Garth, the interleague player for Drysdale. And he's just having a field day today. Score reads, I believe, 16-9, 112 to 139. 17-9 rather. And once again, Newcomb will just be looking for this halftime siren just to gather in together again in the rooms and have a much longer chat and debrief what has been a pretty messy first half.
31 minutes gone, so it wouldn't be much time left, I'd assume, boys.
Yep. Newcomb will be hoping that, hopefully they can first A, hear the siren, and B, hope it goes soon for them. Kick forward. Can they finish the quarter with a goal? Winsell was wrapped up and let himself a free kick for his efforts.
Effort's been really good. Last couple of minutes, Newcomb up to 8 clearances for the quarter.
Winsell from the front edge of the centre square. Long ball steal, had the sit, didn't fly for it though. Cleared by Woodford. Thumped down. Strong tackle coming from Jackson Turnley of Newcomb. We'll have a ball up about 60 around from Newcomb's goal.
So closing stages of this first half, and not much of a tap going on by either side there. Winsell had the ball. He just bombs it into their 50. Plenty of players go up. No one with the hand on the ball yet. And this might be a ball up call. It is. 30 metres from Newcomb's goals. This is a great chance for Newcomb to salvage something in this first half. Ball goes up there. And, oh, look, it's just could almost be cleared out here by Drysdale. Ooh, once again picked up and just brought square in on Newcomb's into Newcomb's 50. And players just jumping on the ball there. It'll be a ball up.
Just repeating that score, 17-9, 111 to 139. Dying stages of this second term. Tossed up, lovely hit out from Piggott Reid for Newcomb to the teeth of goal, but there is the siren. What a half a footy from Drysdale. 17-9, 111. Lead Newcomb 139. We'll be back in about 10 to 15 minutes for the second half. God knows how many goals Drysdale can pump on in the second half. They have a comfortable lead, 17-9, 111 to 139 at halftime.
Sand and soil oval for round 8 of the Bellarine Football League between Newcomb Power and the Drysdale Hawks. It's been a pretty big margin in this first half, and we've still got another half of footy to go. Drysdale leading by 102 points at the halftime break. Josh Conway has left us. He's gone for some other media duties down at GMHBA Stadium today, where the Cats play the Sydney Swans from 4:35. I'm still here with Will Spence. Wilbur, you got the scores for the Bellarine Football League and the Geelong Football League. What's the go around the grounds? Oops, we don't have you here yet. Sorry, you got to put in that one. Wilbur's just having some technical difficulties here. But yeah, so far Drysdale, they'll come out of this game with a really strong percentage heading into the second third of the season. Wilbur, you got those scores?
Yeah, sure do. Sorry about that, mate.
That's right.
We have Barnheads trailing Anglesea 6-6, 42 to Barnheads 3 straight 18.
Wow.
Bit surprising. Tight affair between Mottawarri and Geelong Amateurs. Mottawarri 6-9, 45 to Amos 9-7, 61.
That's the top of the table clash as well. First and second there. As the second quarter's just got underway here. And it's going to be a pick-up here by Tevin Noffey. And he trundles along the grounds, but ball's just taking the ground for a ball up just outside the centre square. Other scores?
Also I have Queenscliff 11-12, 79 to Port Arlington 2-2, 14. And Torquay 7-6, 48 to Ocean Grove 4-4, 28. Has a quick kick forward by Turnley.
Yeah, so holding
handball was from
Eddie there, and he's just put that one straight into the forward 50. Bonner's got the ball. He's had 3 goals today, and he just launches it outside the goals. Great mark there by Garth. And he's had 7 goals today, and this will be potentially his 8th from point-blank range. We can probably see Garth get into the double figures goal-scoring-wise.
You'd assume that, wouldn't you? He's been instrumental in that forward line, and with so many opportunities inside 50, as it's loading, they've had 42 inside 50s for the match. It's a good likelihood that he's going to kick a few goals.
Yep, 21 goals so far. Make that 22. That is a fantastic goal from him. He just absolutely bombed that ball out into the car park, despite the distance he was. And he now sits 1 goal behind Hebbard in the goal-kicking tally for Drysdale. He was 7 goals behind at the start of this game. 8th goal for Jared Garth, the Drysdale Interleague player, alongside Chris Lynch and Mitch Maguire, who all played 2 weeks ago at KFC Oval. Bellarine were victorious that day against the Geelong District Football League. So they're the scores for the Bellarine Football League. What about the scores for the Geelong Football League? Wilbur?
Just loading now. We have St Mary's lead 10-14, 74 to Lara 5-1, 31. As we got Matty Farah, the Newcomb water boy. He's a St Mary's fan. Colac 9-6, 60 to Grovedale 3-5, 23. Bell Park and Newtown 7-2, 44. Newtown at Bell Park 3-4, 22. Has a clearance going forward once again by Drysdale.
Yeah, it's just trundled straight into Drysdale's 50 again, and this time picked up by Hebbard. And he'll just be taken to ground 40 metres out from Drysdale.
It was a good tackle by Logan Wagner, the star recruit for Newcomb. Leopold and St. Joey's a tight affair now. St. Joey's 7-5-47. Leopold 6-5-41.
Well, Leopold have been very strong. We've seen in the Geelong Football League. We obviously did their game, the Kick for Cancer Cup, 3 weeks ago now. As the ball comes just in front of the broadcast booth here, lucky bounce there into the hands of the Drysdale player, and it's just gone straight to the 50. Going up there, fantastic mark. I'm just going to pick up who that player was there. That was Jared Garth again. Jared Garth.
There you go.
8 goals so far, and he's probably about 35 metres out from the goals this time on the other side from where his last goal was about 2 minutes ago.
And that player, a true centre wing before Luke was Luke English.
Thank you for that.
Well,
so English.
it's pretty good.
Yeah,
Goal.
fantastic goal there. That's goal number 9 for Garth, and he's going to hit the 10-goal mark before we even get into his 4th term. And we've only played about 3 or 4 minutes in this 3rd term, and the margin has blown out another 2 goals. So Garth with 2 handy goals to start this 2nd term at Newcomb Sand and Soil Oval.
South Barwon lead North Shore 17-7, 109 to North Shore 1 straight 6. St Albans lead Geelong West Giants 7-10, 52 to 6-3, 39. So that's a good close contest between them two.
Well, going back to those Bellarine Football League results, Torquay and Barwon Heads will swap positions for 3rd and 4th, which will put Barwon Heads in the same pool as Drysdale on points. They'll both be sitting on 20 points after this game, and most likely, depending on what percentage Drysdale get out of this, they'll be ahead of Barwon Heads almost. So
Huntley Mitchell goes inside 50, trying to find Meat Harding.
and
Good job by Hopgood though, and handballs to Jenkins.
That's Ryan with the ball there. Short little hand pass to his teammate. It's Inglis. And that is a rush behind that's gone across the face, for Newcomb.
Would have been an important goal there by Jake Reid. Just wasn't able to capitalise.
It's Jake Reid delivering Newcomb's 4th behind for the game. They read 1-4-10 on the scoreboard. 113-point margin in Drysdale's favour. Kick over to Eddie. That might be a free kick because he did have the ball in hand and he's been...
Was pretty late.
Yeah, it was late. He's hit the
By
deck.
Tom Smith and
he's come up there quite gingerly, but he's running forward and he's going to progress this one. Look at all the players. They're not ready for it. He's just run forward.
need to be careful there, Wagner, with the new 50-metre rule. Don't want to get too close.
Yep.
With the 10-metre protected zone.
Yep. So, short little kick there to his teammate in what looked to be the number 14 player, but anyway, that's taken into the 50. And going up once again, it's both hands of the ball. Who's the umpire? Oh, he's given it to Newcomb. And that was Garth with the ball in hand. He almost went for goal number 10. And Newcomb will just clear this one out towards the broadcast booth, looking for Steele. Noffy goes up there. Great punch out of bounds. And
Just hearing a fly for a deliberate
yes,
from the Newcomb play here.
as we've said all day today, we're in front of the Newcomb interchange gates. So plenty of Newcomb comments coming out the background if you can hear us. Thanks for joining us today on AFL Barwon TV. Thanks to Red Onion and Harvey Norman. Ball goes up there and was just in the hands there of Nathan McDonald. He's had a fair bit of the ball today for Newcomb. Hand passed out there. Oh, that wasn't a very effective hand pass into the hands of McDonald, and he just takes a 20-metre kick over. Noffy just picks up the ball again. Look at that. Clears it out. It'll go into the hands of Ladlow. See what he can do. He does a pass to his teammate. And that's now in the centre square. Steele had the ball there. Chasing after it now will be Nolan. And it's just trundled back into Drysdale's 50. And Newcomb doing their best here to get this towards their side of the field. Into the hands all of a sudden of Josh Eddy, who kicked the first goal of the game. And Garth has the ball on his right foot. That is a fantastic goal by Garth. He's now kicked 10 goals. And his scoreline reads 10 goals too. So he's kicked 62 points worth of the game today. And now, I'll have to see how many goals Drysdale's kicked in total, but 135, I believe, will be their score after this scoreboard changes. And Garth's just been on a field day today. He's now got 24 goals for the season, and he will propel himself into the top 5. We'll have to see how the other goal scorers went this round, but knocked off Matthew Hebbard at the top for most goals for the side. And Hebbard was actually second position for most goals this season coming into this round. Got some stats there, Wilbur?
Well, it's been tight affair so far. Drysdale 3-2 to 2 for clearances. 6-1 inside 50s though, the way of Drysdale. One thing you could take out of it though is Newcomb's only inside 50 entry was a behind.
Yeah. So Lynch with the ball, he takes it to the left side here, finding his teammate, but just goes straight into the hands of Nolan, who has been strong with the ball for Newcomb as well today, especially on the wing, and he'll just do a little short kick here in front of our commentary booth. Oh, that's just a straight turnover into the hands of Jared Love, who's kicked a couple of goals. He does a short hand pass to his teammate into the 50 line. Oh, great mark there. And that's in the hands of Kyle Davis, I believe. It is, and he's going to look like he's going to line up for this one. He's about 45 to 50 metres out on the left side here. Shadows starting to appear here at Newcomb Sand and Soil Oval.
Second mark inside 50 already for Drysdale. Only 6 minutes gone. Just a tick under.
A fair bit's happened in these 6 minutes as Davis takes someone just to the left side. So there'll be a behind for him. His first behind for the day. And
apologies, it was 8.5 minutes.
That's all right. So 20-10 is Drysdale's scoreline.
130.
130. And
to 1-4-10.
1-4-10 Newcomb. And it'll just be cleared out here. Steele is around where the ball's landing, and he takes a great marker, and they'll pay it to him, I reckon. Yes, they will. Steele will take it.
Has played well, Steele. He's always around the contest. Has great pace as well. And he's got a good, strong mark.
There's definitely been some notable players for Newcomb. We can't hide that from the fact. Despite the scoreline, falls into the hands of Smith for Newcomb. And
it's
a quick
Reed.
pass out. Yeah, Reed had a quick pass out there.
Wagner. But it's Maguire going in long inside 50. And guess who's marked?
Yep.
It's Hebbard.
Our old friend there, Hebbard. So he has kicked... How many's Hebbard kicked? 2 goals, 1 for today. And he's had a fair bit of the ball.
Yeah, has had lots of opportunities to kick goals. He did kick 2 behinds previously. Would be a great goal here if he's able to kick it.
He has been helping
in front of us.
He has been helping with those 1%ers as well. So he hasn't been hiding away from the ball at all, and he'll be going for his 3rd goal, quite far out, about 40 metres, 35 to 40 metres from the mark, and
trying to get to come back. Oh, he's done it superbly.
Yep, that's just spun in there fantastically like it does in AFL Evolution, and it's a fantastic goal for him. His 3rd goal for the game for Hebbard, and I think he now equals their goal
tally.
The goal leading tally for Drysdale. It's one thing I like to keep an eye on. So ball will come back into the centre. We've had about 4 goals this 3rd term as we open the second half.
From 7 inside 50s as well, so going over 50% for a goal is quite staggering here.
Yeah, Drysdale's been very effective in their inside 50s today. Tapped there by Burke, and the umpire will call for a free kick in Newcomb's favour.
High tackle on Wagner.
High tackle. And Steele's over there once again. Great mark with the one hand, just casually takes that one.
Harvey Norman highlight.
Most definitely, and he'll just put it on the right boot and send it towards the centre of the inside 50. And there was a punch going on there. Jumping for the ball was Jared Love.
Penny Mill.
No, it's going to be a ball up about 35 metres out from Newcomb's goals.
Better pressure from Newcomb. They didn't have too many inside 50s in the first half, but was able to come out a lot easier, but they've done well to keep it in here.
So it was
Woodford was
Woodford
just sitting
on him. Yeah, I was trying to grab the number there. Woodford sitting on his opponent about 50 metres from the goal, just on the painted line, and attempted tap there, but Burke got his hand on it the most, and here we go. Newcomb's got a chance here. Cleared out there by Winsell over to the right side. No one really there. Mead Harding is around the ball for Newcomb, but that's just gone across out of bounds.
Drysdale already +8 in possessions for the quarter. It's +7 for kicks and +1 for handballs. Been a lot better affair though by Newcomb. They've been a lot more in and under and contested and trying to get possession of the footy here.
They definitely would have had a very worthwhile chat in that half-time break in the rooms. And now just falls into the hands of Inglis. He's taking the ground. Trying to pick it up was McDonald for Newcomb. Wagner's around the ball as well, the interleague player for Newcomb. He played alongside James Hussey as well, the star Newcomb player 2 weeks ago. And ball will be thrown up again. So, great chance for Newcomb to salvage something here. And again, fair few players around the ball. Great tackle there by Inglis again. He's been quite strong in his third term all of a sudden.
Has been good early, hasn't he? Bit of a scruffle here. That getting into Logan Wagner here, and he's not having it at all.
Well, we're talking about those two star players getting tagged. Of course, Hussey being the other one, and how he went deep forward as Steele just clears this one out. This is going towards goal. A nice long kick. That is a goal. Just made the distance. All the boys getting around that one. Fantastic goal there by Steele. And that will be Newcomb's second goal for the day. Definitely well deserved after that last 5 minutes. The ball was just in Newcomb, well, basically in Newcomb's control. It was definitely in their side of the field. And their scoreline now reads 2-4-16 to 21-10, 136. So definitely Newcomb just trying to get some damage limitation. And they can actually learn a lot in this second half. It's not all about winning.
Sure can. They'll definitely come in trying to win this second half. Look, assume Rory Nicol will address to the team, look boys, let's try and win this second half and take opportunities out of this game. It's not all doom and gloom.
Yeah, and as we were saying before, Drysdale, they want the most percentage out of this. That's now their main goal. As it just unlucky bounce towards Davis, it just goes over his shoulder. Trying to chase after it was the number 44 player of Josh Walsh. He's kicked a goal today. It's just all of a sudden going towards Drysdale's goal line, and it's just gone across for a behind. 21-11, 136.
That was Bonner with the behind as well.
Bonner with the behind, thank you very much. Wilbur?
Has been very dangerous, Bonner.
Yeah, 3 goals, 2 he's had for today. And plenty of Newcomb players going up there. And none of them could take the mark. Steele once again involved in that competition. Oh, and just picked up there by the Drysdale player and then just blanketed by a bunch of Newcomb players.
He's very quite versatile, Steele. He obviously playing as a centre-half forward, but can push down back line and help out. Very athletic and can kick. He knows how to kick goal from 50 out.
He's a true asset to the Power, who's had 3 wins so far this season. Wins against Ocean Grove, Queenscliff and Port Ellington. Like I was saying before, short margin wins, hence their percentage, which is 74% as we speak. That will most definitely go down after this game.
Good tackle there by Jared Love, the former Val Park recruit. Had a couple of them as well with Chris Lynch and Jared Garth.
So tap there into the hands of Ladlow, who picked up the pieces, and it'll be a free kick in Newcomb's favour. Holding the man, I believe that was.
Yep.
Ladlow with the ball in hand.
Just come on for Wagner, so 2 quality players in the midfield.
Wagner's, he's just run onto the field there. Steele, great mark there. He's had some fantastic marks in his third term. And he just dances him, run around him, progress the ball about 30 metres, just outside the goal square. Great mark there by George Code. And look at all the players running past him there. He could have done a nice easy hand pass, but gone the safer option, kicking it in. Just a lot of Newcomb players going up there, chasing after it. Looks like Wagner.
He's got a free kick for Holden.
And it will be Drysdale's free kick, I believe, the way the umpire's pointing that.
I'd say to Wagner.
Oh, to Wagner. There we go. And yes, he does have the ball in hand. And the interleague players, has he kicked a goal today, Wagner?
I don't think he has.
No, I don't think he has. And no, he hasn't. Sorry, James Hussey and Andrew Steele, of course, that last goal there. Newcomb's only 2 goals today. So, Logan Wagner attempting this one. And just going on goal kickers for Newcomb. Andrew Steele has had 12 so far this season. So Wagner 40 metres out on the right foot, that's just gone to the right-hand side, and there'll be a behind for the star player.
Really got to take their opportunities here in Newcomb when they're going inside 50. Limited supply, and obviously we saw there with great mark by Code and Steele to work it down the ground. They just need to take those opportunities. And
it's frustrating too when they keep missing with those limited opportunities they do get. So 5 behinds now for Newcomb this game. And it's been a really good contested mark there in the centre. Love has the ball in hand, but Ball still in play, just going across that muddy cricket pitch. Umpire's called for a free kick in Newcomb's favour. So Newcomb will get another chance now to see what they can apply to the scoreboard. Calling out for it was Indy Ryan on that outside, and he goes for him, but two opponents went on him in the end. Garth has Hebbard has that in hand, and Josh Eddy was also involved in that one, but it's just gone straight into the hands of the Newcomb player down back, Kane Parrish, who's been strong in Newcomb's backline today. And he'll be looking for his teammate. He's choosing the hand pass, choosing the kick, and he hasn't really put much on it, but great mark there. Ladlow, he's hit his head on the ground there, so I hope he's okay. But
yeah, definitely with the new, I guess, concussion, it's not great now.
Yes.
Now football, especially with that whiplash there from him.
Yeah, so Ladlow just takes that one past our commentary booth. A great mark there by Tevin Noffey, who I played basketball with many years ago.
It's a lovely kick to Lynch.
Yeah, Lynch has got that one, and he just progresses it into the 50. Oh, great mark there. And I believe that was Jared Garth again. I have to pick up the number, but just right in front, yes, it is Jared Garth, and he will be going for his 11th goal, believe it or not.
It's pretty ecstatic here.
So
definitely something you don't see, I tell you.
Yeah, well, Newcomb's kicked 2 goals, 6, so they've had 8 applications to the scoreboard, and Jared Garth has now kicked 11 goals, which is 3 more goals than Newcomb's applied to the scoreboard. And I've run out of space to record his goals now, so I'll need to just write down 11 somewhere. So 11 goals, 2 for Jared Garth today. That is 68 points he's kicked.
Still plenty of time in this third quarter as well. There's still at least 10 minutes. There's 19 minutes gone, just ticked over now.
It's definitely scary, put it that way.
Yep. I have to say, though, the last probably 10 minutes it has been Newcomb's way. They've been able to nullify Drysdale's inside 50s. It's Drysdale 10 inside 50s to Newcomb 5 this quarter. The contested footy's been outstanding so far, Newcomb here.
So ball goes up. Plenty of players chasing up the ball into the hands of Woodford. And he's just been...
Good tackle by Ladlow.
Yeah, wrap around tackle there, and it will be a ball up. And he's set into the afternoon here at Newcomb Sand and Soil Oval for Round 8 action in the Bellarine Football League. And it was... looked to
Lynch
be...
was nudged over it.
Yeah, Williamson was
kick.
trying to pick up that ball. It was just bouncing around his feet. So Lynch has the ball, and he'll just do a nice long hand pass over the man on the mark to his teammate and take it towards our wing on this side here. Oh, that was, who was that going up there? That was Woodford going up. He couldn't get his hands fully on the ball.
Jenkins.
Into the hands of Jenkins, yes. And is that Hebbard again?
That's Garth.
That's Garth. So, well, that's still... They've had a... sorry, yes, Garth has taken that one. That's who I meant, actually.
They've had 5 marks inside 50 for the quarter, Luke. It's quite surprising.
How many marks to the game inside 50?
They have 11.
11.
To Newcomb's none. 0.
So 11 marks inside 50, and Garth has kicked 11 goals. What does that say?
12.
So Garth kicks goal number 12, and I have to cross out the 11 and write a 12 now because I've run out of space to tally up his goals. So a very busy looking column for Jared Garth today. 12 goals, 2 now. 74 points he's kicked in total, which is a fair percentage of Drysdale's score today. At least half of it, I presume.
The score reads 23-11, 149 to Newcomb 2-5-17. Unfortunately, it's sort of looking like the previous couple of years of Newcomb when they were getting obliterated by 100 plus points. Hopefully we don't see that for the rest of the year here.
Yeah, definitely. So when was the last time you reckon you saw a 200-point game from a team? Have you seen one in...
Yeah, I actually used to be a part of Newcomb when I was younger. I'd never played, but my father did.
Yep.
As we see, Reid to Nolan. And he finds Ladlow. To Smith. Goes back, he just misses Wagner though. Got to try and mop up, but a good tackle there by Hill. Yeah, so lots of my life when I was younger, I did get to see Newcomb, and they did lose by over 200 most games, unfortunately, but didn't ended up missing their game they won against Port Arlington, so I was a little bit shattered. But
well, I'm just thinking in AFL terms now. Geelong
Don't see that very often.
Oh yeah, you don't see it very often, but I think Geelong, they had a 200-point game at
Against Demons?
at what it was
Famous.
called as Simmons Stadium, or Skilled Stadium at the time, at Cardinia Park. I was at that game. That's probably the last
Really
time I've
good.
seen a 200-plus point game from a team, as Ladlow there takes it onto the inner wing just in front of us here. Lynch has the ball for Drysdale, but two players getting around him. He does drop the...
pickpockets it.
Yeah, well, and he's now running with it. Is he going to bounce it, or is he just going to run
He's
like...
got pace. He's going to get over. Oh, it's just a behind though.
That is a behind, so once again frustrating for Newcomb, who had a fair old chance there to kick a goal.
Was a wasted opportunity there by Steele. He had a player over the top he could have gone to. All the pressure was deserving of a goal with him and Huntley Mitchell tackling Chris Lynch.
So 1 goal, 1 for Steele, as it's just now all of a sudden in the hands of
Go up.
Woodford on the wing here. He just takes a short little kick to his teammate, 2-on-1 there, and involved in that contest was number 40 for Drysdale, which we don't have the number for, actually, number 40.
And it's marked by Garth once again. 44 is Josh Walsh.
Oh, no, sorry, we do have a 40, Jared Love. And Garth has picked that one up again, as you said there, Wilbur. So this will be for goal number 13, which is actually considered an unlucky number in my books, but he'll take that one. And he's had a fair few goals now from close range, and that's just another one adding to his tally. So 13 goals for the big man. And he's now having a tilt it towards the top end of the league's goal-kicking tally.
Definitely going to try and catch up now with this opportunity. So many goals in just 3/4 of football. Still probably 5 minutes left, as there's just going over 24 minutes, as you can see in your bottom left screen if you're viewing it on the AFL Barn Facebook page.
So what was the halftime score you've got there, Wilbur? It was
17-9 to 1-2. So
there you go.
9-2. Can't calculate the first half of Drysdale. It might have been 103.
So 7
if I was
goals,
wrong.
2. That's what I'm trying to get to. That's how many goals they've kicked this term.
Yeah. Seven goals, 2 for the term, and they've had 11 inside 50s. So 9 out of their 11 inside 50s are going to be scoring shots.
Yep. Very lethal in Drysdale's inside 50s as the ball now goes up again. Maguire for Drysdale lingering around the ball there. He had a very strong first half.
Yep. Oh, he was instrumental playing a captain's role.
Yep.
Did think I counted about 8 clearances he had in that quarter. He's been a little bit quieter this quarter, but credit to him as he's a star player.
So players just trying to grab that ball. There's a pretty...
Donald almost got a high tackle.
Yeah, pretty harsh tackle there. Lynch with the ball in hand. Short little kick over towards the inner wing to his teammate, who just progresses the ball forward. That is Ben Ryan there. He was almost chased down by Jake Reed for Newcomb. Short little kick here by Josh Walsh, and it will go into the hands of Newcomb once again.
It's a good mark by Gordon.
Yeah, Peter Gordon that
Gives
was.
it to Nolan, Darcy Nolan.
Now just
Goes out to O'Connell. He's got to do a bit of work, but he did really well.
Yep, into the centre square that goes. 1-on-1 contest there, picked up all of a sudden by Mitchell Scott. And just a straight mark there by Kyle Davis on the 50-metre line. And he'll be looking for an option here. He's not going to go for this one. He'll just bomb this ball in.
Probably, where's Garth?
Yeah, where is Garth? There he
he's
goes.
fine.
Oh, and that will go across for a rush behind. But yet Garth was in there. He's just been camping that goal square now with 13 goals to his name, and that's a rush behind for Drysdale.
Definitely lots of his goals have been around that 10-15 metre mark in the square, but it's exactly where you want to forward to be.
Yeah, definitely. So scoreline reads 2-6-18 to 24-12,
56.
56.
156,
156, there you go. 24-12, 156. And the ball will now be thrown up about 60 metres from Drysdale's goal. Remember, we've still got another quarter to go after this. Lynch was involved in a short little tap there, cleared out by the Newcomb player of Nathan McDonald. He was looking for his teammate, who marked the ball quite well in a great one-on-one contest.
Did pay it to Mead Harding.
Yep.
Oh, no, they didn't.
Oh, no, they didn't. So Mead Harding concedes the ball to his teammate. That's Josh. No, Hopgood, not his teammate, his opponent. Into the hands of Lynch. He's had a fair bit of ball in these last 10 minutes. Great little hand pass over to his teammate in Jack Jenkins, who progresses the ball on the outer side. And he just bombs it into the 50, looking for Garth. And there's 2 players on him now, which is sort of what you got to do, considering how strong he's been this game. And the ball's just taken along the line for a throw-in just outside the right-hand side goal post of Drysdale's end.
Was Darcy Nolan. It did rush it over the Lawn Recruit.
So Garth, he just puts the ball in hand and he just
Don't tell me.
bombs around the body, across the face for it behind. So 13 goals, 3 for Garth now.
As we did see earlier there, Luke, Jack Jenkins and Chris Lynch combined together, the 2 SJC teachers, you can almost say.
Most definitely.
Something different.
Both of us being Joey's boys as well, we're quite familiar with these 2 players.
Sure do.
Mind you, Josh Colmo also went to St. Joseph's. He's not here at the moment. And
Joey's a fair.
yeah. And ball's just being... Oh, Lynch has got the ball again, as I can see, but plenty of players just sharing the ball around, and there will be a ball up the umpire's called eventually on that outer side. So 2-6-18 to 24-13, 157. A very long-winded score margin, and it's just fallen into the hands of Jared Love, and he takes that just in front. Oh, great mark there by Jared Garth. And what can't he do today? That is what I'm going to ask now. He's just taken a...
They've paid a free kick against him.
Oh,
holding
he's well, I didn't see what the free kick was for. Was it for holding the man, was it?
I think so, yeah. It was. I honestly thought it was a mark, but they didn't pay it in the end.
Oh, a bit stiff for Jared Garth there, but not much to complain about, considering how many goals he's scored. It's just escaped the Drysdale 50 here. Plenty of players around the ball again. It'll just be another ball up about 60 metres from Drysdale's goals.
Drysdale +9 for kicks, 37 to 28, and also +6 for handballs, 13 to 7. As Lynch got a free kick and he goes inside 50, and he finds
Josh Walsh, who's kicked a goal today, Walshy, and he's now on a right-hand side angle, 45 to 50 metres. Oh, about 40 metres out actually, and he'll be lining up for this one.
It's a 7th mark inside 50 for the quarter.
So Lynch just runs off here. Like we've said, we're in front of the interchange gate today with a great vantage point here at Newcomb Sand and Soil Oval. Walsh there, fantastic goal. He's just slotted that one through, and that will be his 2nd goal for the game.
His two goals have been from the pocket.
Yes, he has been. He's been good with the boot today.
Very smart, sort of small forward. He just knew we had a lead there, and it was an easy sort of kick for Lynch to hit him up, lace out on the chest. Nothing you can do as a defender there.
So 2-6-18 to 25-13, 163. Thank you. And that is about a...
Absolute.
I'm trying to work out the margin actually. 163 take away 18. That is what? 140.
141.
141. There we go. 141 margin here as the ball goes up. And just popping along all the players here. Tevin Noffy's got it. He clears it out. Fantastic play there by the big man into the hands of Kyle Davis. He's looking for Garth, who has 2 players on him again. He's got the ball in hand. He fends both those players off. Has to handball it. Picked up there by Logan Wagner, the interleague player for Newcomb, and he's taken to the ground. High tackle. So he holds on to possession of the ball. He just has a short hand pass to his teammate in Darcy Nolan. And taken along to that outer side to O'Connell. And teammate couldn't get his hands on the ball. Straight into the possession of Drysdale. And then trying to reach out was Rory Nolan. Again, couldn't get his hand on it. Goes to pick up the ball and tackled to the ground by Garth. Drysdale just pick up the pieces again. And kick there. Jared Love had it. And that's gone for another behind for Drysdale.
Just some waste opportunities here. Drysdale have had all the inside 50s the last 10 minutes, and with 31 minutes gone, might be their last opportunity to score here.
Jared Love hasn't had much luck in front of goal today. He's kicked zip 3.
Has been a lot higher up the ground, I tell you, because his teammate in Jared Garth has been the one kicking them goals. He probably could have been himself. As the siren sounds. Siren
sounds here at Newcomb Sand and Soil Oval. It's 25-14, 164 to 2-6-18 in Drysdale's favour. We'll be back for the final term here. We'll be back soon.
And 25. And Ocean Grove Torquay is just loading. Ocean Grove trail 4-4-28 to Torquay 7-6-48.
There you go, and also some good news for any Geelong Football Club supporters out there. We are playing later today at 4:35 against the Sydney Swans at GMHBA Stadium, but Collingwood have just lost to Fremantle
By 4 points.
By 4 points at Optus Stadium in WA. So if Geelong win tonight, they potentially could lead the ladder by 2 games. The 2 games in hand they have as the ball goes up for the final term here in Newcomb, and just cleared out there by the Newcomb player. Fantastic effort there. But just by himself, all of a sudden, it's Josh Hopgood. He's been very strong in his second term. He just has a short little kick to his teammate Jack Jenkins, who chases after the ball. Jake Reid gets involved in it and takes the ball across the line.
In the GFL, St Mary's lead 15-17, 107 to Lara 5-1-31. Colac 17-8, 110 to Grovedale 5-5-35. Newtown look to have won against Bell Park 10-8, 68 to Bell Park 6-5-41. Leopold and St Joseph got away from Leopold 12-9, 81 to 6-5-41.
That's another ball up, it's called here.
Another tackle, and we also have South Barwon 26-12, 168 lead North Shore 1 straight 6, and St Albans have kicked away from Geelong West Giants lead 13-12, 90 to 9-8, 62.
Well, there you go, some pretty varying scores there.
Good tackle there by Noffy.
The
Could have
Noffies.
almost been a dangerous tackle that we did see early, didn't we, in the AFL with Sam Reid?
Yep.
But it wasn't paid, which was good.
So taken up there, just a short little tap there by Piggott, the ruckman for Drysdale, and it's been a hole in the ball call in favour of Drysdale now.
It was an important tackle.
Yeah, it was. So
Especially with Drysdale leading by so much, you could just feel that, a couple of goals will be alright, but they don't want to concede any.
So now on this outer wing here, 1-on-1, taken to the... Ben Ryan takes his opponent to the ground. Oh, gee, another pretty vigorous tackle on that outer side there, holding the ball call once again in Drysdale's favour. And it will go into the hands of Josh Eddy. He's got a bit of mud on his back of his jumper. It's hard to pick...
dirty.
Yep, hard to pick up his number 10. And ball hits the deck.
Might be me. Oh, he has.
Yep, holding the ball. So now Newcomb. So that's 3 holding the ball calls in the space of a minute. And Newcomb now have the ball in hand on the outer wing. Oh, sorry, Drysdale have the ball. I apologise about that. And great mark there by the Drysdale player on the outer side, who takes it just into the 50 there. 1-on-1. Garth goes up. There's 2 players on him, so they've doubled up on the goal scoring man. And 30 metres out, there'll be a ball up.
Rory Nolan did well just to hold the ball and just create a stoppage. It gives Drysdale an opportunity here, but better than conceding a goal.
So tap there.
Oh, what a tap.
But yeah, by the Drysdale player, and
Maguire just couldn't run onto it there.
nah, so another ball up it will be, this time 25 metres out. It was a 5 metre gain there. And it will go up. What can Drysdale do here in their 50? Players picking up the ball.
Picked up by Indy Ryan.
Yep, Indy Ryan was involved. Maguire had the foot on his boot, the ball on his boot for a moment, and then trying to get that there is Jake Reid. He's been quite strong in the back line today, and just a mark there all of a sudden and a push. And
might be 50.
Yeah, it's not going to be 50, but it is a push there. He's still on the ground. He's waiting for that 50 metre call, and that is Hebbard who's got the ball in hand, and he's going to be going for his 4th goal today. He's kicked 3 goals, 1.
4 goals now, possibly. Gee, has been very good. He's having a bit of a goal-kicking comp, you could almost say, with Jared Garth with the leaderboard tally, as Jared Garth has caught up to him.
Yeah, well,
with his 12 or 13 goals, is it?
Yes, 13 goals. So a bit of a reality check for Hebbard here, who has been leading for almost the whole season. And from about 40 metres out, he's going to go on the right foot, or he just bombs that one up in the air. Hopefully it makes the distance, and it won't.
Still in play.
Still in play, doesn't even make a score, and it's still in play. Lots of players around this one.
Was Scott Jennings with the fist to keep it in play, which was good, but was probably trying to fist it over the line to concede it behind, but still in play for Drysdale with 4.5 minutes gone in the last quarter.
Yep, so it's going to be a ball up here, 5 metres out from Drysdale's behind, and it is now gone over the line for a throw-in.
Newcomb struggling to get lots of the football in this quarter, although they did have the first clearance inside 50, but it's been all Drysdale for the last couple of minutes. Look like they're going to be eventually get a goal inside 50 here.
So, a bit of a hush going on here just at the moment. Third ball up now, called. You can throw a blanket over about a good 20 players who are huddled around this red footy.
It's been a hotly contested game all day.
Yeah, it has been. Like, the scoreline doesn't show that, but no, Newcomb have put in a fair good effort. They have been outclassed throughout most of the field, and we're talking to someone before, it's just Drysdale's got a big-bodied team.
That's exactly right.
So they've been strong on those tackles, and I've just applied that, like, too strong a pressure on Newcomb. And unfortunately, it hasn't come at all into Newcomb's favour at all today, and 2 goals 6 on the scoreboard to 25-14, 164 for Drysdale, let alone Jared Garth's 13-3. Newcomb will have plenty to think about heading into the coming weeks, and speaking of that, I'll just go over the run for the teams next week. Newcomb play Ocean Grove here next week at home, and then have 2 games on the road against Anglesea and Queenscliff, so 3 games that they can have a good crack at, and then got Amos here again, and then travel to Mottawarri in 5 weeks' time.
Good tackle there by O'Connell. Newcomb play almost could have got pinned or pushed in the back there, but either of them calls were not called, and it's just going to be a stoppage right in the pocket, 15 metres out for Drysdale's goal. Nice step forward, but it's Mead Harding getting it forward. Thumb forward here. This could go all the way.
And no, it's been called a rushed. Well, it's been called touched on the line. So
it's good fist. I think it was Jennings.
Yep. So 4th rush behind for Drysdale this game, and their scoreline now reads 25-15. 25-16 rather, 165.
Yep.
So Newcomb will have a chance to clear this one out. They take it towards the inner side of the field, looking for his teammate there in Burke, the ruckman.
Great mark by Noffy.
Yeah, Noffy just... that wasn't Burke, sorry. That was Gordon that was on Noffy, but Noffy takes the ball out of his hands. Great kick there, looking for a great opponent. And that's just been kicked across there by Taylor Bonner, who's kicked his 4th goal for the game.
He's played a great game.
Yeah, he just quickly got the ball in hand and just put it on his laces and taken it through about 10 metres out. So he's now kicked 4 goals, 2 for the game. There's been a fair few goal scorers. I'll just go over those. Mitch Maguire's kicked 1, the captain. Ben Ryan's kicked 4. Jared Garth has kicked 13. Josh Eddy kicked the first goal of the game. He's kicked 1. Josh Walsh kicked 2. Matthew Hebbard's kicked 3. And Taylor Bonner has kicked 4.
Was just about to say, it's been over 8 minutes now, and I was about to say Drysdale had yet to register a goal, but they have finally now. But it's been the best defence so far by Newcomb with Reid. Now I think it was Hussey going inside 50. Wagner was trying to pick it up. Good tackle there by Burke. Connell twisting and turning. Bananas inside 50. It's going to tumble forward. Not great for the Drysdale player, but Jenkins made it well. And it's Ryan. Gets it back. Jenkins under pressure though. Good pressure here from Newcomb. Just darts around, and it's a nice clearing kick to Ryan.
And Ryan's on the inner side here, so he'll just stop for the moment and find an opponent. He looks for his teammate just right in front of us, Niall G. He hasn't had much of the ball today.
Has been quiet, but
yep,
in a winning side, it's always good.
Yep, so he's looking for an opponent, and like he said there just before, Wilbur, Newcomb applying pretty good pressure here. And Noffy's involved there. He couldn't get his hands on the ball at all. Gordon was contesting the ball there. A lot of Newcomb players around this one. Noffy, great tackle, just takes it out of Gordon's hands. Short hand pass there by Ladlow to his teammate, but doesn't do much, and it'll be a ball up now.
Nolan just needed to be a little bit quicker there from the great tackle by Noffy. He had a lot of time just to kick it forward down the line, but wasn't able to.
A bit of frustration going on here with the interchanges, and just like we said, we're in front of the interchange gate, so we get a fair bit of action going on here.
Hopefully they didn't catch that. Yeah, swear word, unfortunately, but
Anyway, back to the game. Oh, a bit of tension going on here. Taken to the ground was Tom Smith for Newcomb. So, now, while we have a chance, Drysdale's next 5, they've got Queenscliff and Amos at their home ground for the next 2 weeks. Then they travel to Ocean Grove and then host Port Arlington and then have to travel to Torquay. So it's fair to say Drysdale got a pretty good run these next 3 weeks and have got a good chance of picking up some momentum from today's game, as it was just a one-on-one contest there.
Huntley Mitchell did well. Might be pinned here though. Good tackle by Pickett. Just combining there was Gordon, Nolan and Reid. And that back line just to get it forward was good.
And that's just gone straight across the line for a boundary throw-in. So they're those next runs for both of those sides, and it's fair to say, just looking back on Drysdale's month of May, they had a pretty up and down month, or you could say even a tough...
A little bit inconsistent. There were games where you'd expect to win, but they didn't.
Well,
they Maguire, just a hospital handball to Williamson rather.
Yeah, well, Drysdale, going back on that, they had Torquay, Bowenheads and Motowari in the month of May. And yes, they did lose by just over a goal to Motowari last week. But this will definitely turn things around.
That's exactly right.
With this strong margin. And I'll be trying to chase 200 points here. They're currently sitting on 171 points. As the ball just sits on the outside Newcomb's 50 as it trundles in. Going down for the ball there, Nick Brown, he was looking to claim something. And Huntley Mitchell has been around the ball since he got on about 5 minutes ago. With the long sleeves on he's got.
Good young player for Newcomb. They didn't actually have a under-18s or under-19 side for the last couple of years, but have been able to for the last 2 years, which has been great for local footy, just trying to combine those one-pointers.
Yep, most definitely. And they've got one this year.
Yep,
right,
they do. Yeah, played them a couple of weeks ago. No, good hard in under team. That a couple of good young players that possibly will get a seniors game in the near future, or possibly this year, which would be great for them.
Yeah, definitely. You can't hide the fact how important grassroots footy is to develop sides. Without junior footy, there's no senior footy down the track. So ball's now thrown back in here about 55 metres from Newcomb's goals. And
what a flick handball.
Yeah, that was a bit of a flick there by that was Jake Williamson just before then. Ludlow had the ball on top of his head there, couldn't get his hands on it. Burke's lingering around, he's got his hands wrapped around. That is Taylor Bonner, and it'll be another ball up.
It was a good tackle there by Burke as well. This game's intensity has just lifted a little bit. It's been great. Good thumping fist from Burke, but it's quick kick forward. Got 2 to beat here. Was Davis, but he did alright, but Nolan's under pressure.
Oh, that's gone out of bounds.
Just let it go under it. Smart decision there to handball it out of bounds to Reid.
Most definitely. So 26-18 to 26-16, 171. And ball's now thrown up again. Burke gets it. Oh, that's not Burke, sorry. That's Code who was involved in that one, but he got 2 hands on the ball and just progresses it just outside Newcomb 50. Steele's got the ball. The umpire's in the way. He pushes the umpire over. Obviously, nothing wrong about that. And
in the context of the game, he was just trying to score. He was trying to get on his right foot, and unfortunately, the umpire was running with him and in front of him, so he had to, I guess, push him over. It probably would have hurt him a little bit, but he seems to be all right now. Bit of humour in the game, especially with probably 15 minutes left in the last quarter.
I reckon we've had a streak of umpire time. Well, at least in my games, I reckon the last 3 games I've called, the umpire's gone down at least once. And just about 25 metres in front of Newcomb's 50 here, chasing after the ball, Jackson Turnley, that was. And
Jenkins gave it a love.
Yeah, just gone to the
Ryan.
Feet of O'Connell there for Newcomb. And yeah, all of a sudden now Drysdale have the ball in hand. Woodford on the outer side has the ball. He does a short kick. Lynch with the ball. And he'll just hand pass it over to his teammate who just progresses it in. Is that Garth there? Yes, it is. Garth. All by himself that time. It will look like to be a one-on-one contest, and this will be potentially goal number 14 for Garth. I have no doubts he will kick this.
To Newcomb's credit, it was a little bit unfortunate they didn't kick goal there. That was only Drysdale's 3rd inside 50 for the quarter to Newcomb's 4th. It's been really tightly congested around this wing right in front of us, as we can see. As Jared Garth comes in, he's shanked it to the left. It's
That's not
one
good.
of his only many few behinds he's had for the day.
4 behinds he's had, mind
He's
you.
had 4, wow.
Now, that is few behinds considering how many goals he's kicked. So,
To be honest, I only thought he had about 2, but 4 behinds is still quite a lot. He's had lots of opportunities and
he's kicked more.
18 scoring shots, and he may have kicked one on the full as well.
He's kicked the most behinds for Drysdale today.
Wow.
So 17 applications to the scoreboard he's had in the number 2 jumper. Usually he is number 5, but unfortunately with these Clash Guernseys that Drysdale wearing today, the numbers were a bit mixed up.
Yep, Hebard was taking Garth's number as number 5 for this one. Chris Lynch was number 27 as number 15. And it's a goal.
That is a goal. And I didn't actually pick up who that was, but Maguire's gone to congratulate him. I'll just grab the player there.
Looked to be Woodford, I think.
Yes, I believe it was Woodford. They're all
the
getting
back
around
half.
him. And he's just going to turn around in a second for me here. Yes, it is. Number 7 it was. So, sorry, Mitch O'Dowd it was.
Oh, it wasn't Woodford there.
It wasn't Woodford, sorry. I was just agreeing with you, assuming
it's
you would have
all good.
known. But Mitch O'Dowd kicked his first goal for the game. And that, considering how many players got around there, might be one of his first goals for the season.
Was just an unfortunate turnover there by Newcomb out of fullback. They've done a couple of them, unfortunately, turnovers out of fullback, which has caused an opportunity for a goal with Drysdale, as we've seen there.
So 22 points off the big 200 for Drysdale. We'll see if they can make it to that. Little tap there by the Newcomb player, but they've still got hands on the ball, but just kicks it towards goal.
It's going to roll the way.
In fact, I reckon that is a rush
I think
behind.
that's a goal, in my opinion.
I thought that was a rush, but it's a goal. Fantastic goal there for Newcomb. That's their 3rd for the game. I actually didn't pick up who kicked that one, but a fantastic goal there. And I'm just picking up the play here. It is number 14 of Nathan McDonald, who's been quite strong today in the Newcomb outfit.
A lot young. He's a young teenager as well, so bright future for McDonald.
Most definitely. And McDonald, first goal of the game. I'm just looking at the goal kicking tally we've got here. So before coming to this game, Steele was 3 goals ahead of Mead Harding, who I don't think's kicked a goal today. Mead Harding.
No, it's been pretty quiet.
He has been
He's a
quiet.
dangerous small forward, but they've been able to nullify his performance at Drysdale defenders as Maguire gets it over to Love. Almost threw it. Quick kick forward was good by Drysdale, but good contest there by Nolan. He was going to handball it to his brother, but he's holding on to it. He's going to have to kick it now. Roy goes long, but he sort of missed his target. But Andrew Steele has pace.
Yep.
Handballs to Mead Harding. As with the man we spoke. Left foot inside 50. Oh, he's just missed both of his targets, and O'Connell can't run onto the football.
Yeah, there's been 2 times now where they've gone to kick it, and no one's been there. Obviously, the last one they managed to pick up a goal, but I feel he just went to just try and progress that footy as much as he could without finding an opponent. So
Yeah.
it's now gone over the line for a throw in, about 20 metres out from Newcomb's goals, and plenty of hands around the ball. That will be a ball up.
Good tackle there by Tommy Smith.
Scoreline reads 27-16, 178 to 3-6-24.
Good reward for effort there by Newcomb as well, kicking that goal. They've had a lot more inside 50s this caught up.
Yep. And on that far side there, it will be the number 7 player, Mitch O'Dowd, who kicked a goal earlier. And on that far side, Drysdale just holding onto possession here. And Chris Lynch is just talking to us here. Did Chris Lynch ever teach you in homeroom? He was my year 8 homeroom teacher, Chris Lynch.
Wasn't my homeroom teacher, but he was my vet sport and rec teacher last year.
There you go. And ball on the deck there for another throw in, about 50. right here.
Oh, really?
Do you know how? Are we still on?
Yeah, we're on now. It's just it's been recording.
Sorry for those technical difficulties there. We just had a power outage in the truck, so we've quickly fixed that one there. While I was away, Wilbur, what did you notice on the field? I think Newcomb kicked a goal.
Yep, Mead Harding kicked the goal for Newcomb. Was a good one from about 50 out. He's did over here, and the Newcomb players say he does like to kick goals late in the games, and he's just done that.
Well, there we go. So
sensationally.
Bit of a commentary power there. Obviously, we're talking about how quiet he was before, so he's picked up a goal. And this one's just gone straight into the hands
Huntley Mitchell.
of Huntley Mitchell, the young fella in the long sleeves. And he will look for an option here. So a bit of momentum coming in Newcomb's favour now. I believe that's their second goal
O'Connell flying.
for the quarter.
Mead Harding trying to pick it up. Could be an impossible goal from the pocket.
Oh, he's taken down there, so that will...
They called it out of bounds.
Oh, out of bounds. So there you go. So 4 goals, 6:30 to 27-17, 179 in Drysdale's favour. 149-point margin at Newcomb Sand and Soil Oval. It's round 8 of the Bellarine Football League. And just a quick tap there. And it's just being held by the Newcomb player of O'Connell.
O'Dowd with a good tackle, just trying to lay on him almost there.
So there you go. So 50 metres from Newcomb's goal.
22 and a half minutes gone as well.
There you go. So about 10 minutes left in this quarter, even less potentially. Great mark there towards the middle of the field.
It's Inglis.
That was Inglis, yes. I've been struggling to find Inglis on my team sheet today.
It's hard because his number has changed as well. He was previously 57.
Yep.
The Clash Guernseys as calls.
He wouldn't be complaining about a lower number being 57.
Yeah,
so
that's exactly right.
now into the hands of Niall G, who's had the ball a few times today, and he does a short kick to his teammate, who's just a bit more centre of the field, and they'll do a bit of a 1-2 here, back to G.
Nice couple of touches for the defenders. It hasn't really been down there as much as they would have liked.
Well, that's a good problem to have, you would assume.
But it's exactly right, yep. Jenkins handballs. Puts a bit of pressure on the Drysdale player, but they did well. He's got plenty of time now. Jack Jenkins, and he just goes long down the line. Contest was there. Good pick up by Smith, and he just goes long. It's a nice short kick. It was a half volley though. McDonald handballs over. Huntley Mitchell darts around once again on his right foot, has to backtrack. He gets a little 1-2, and he goes inside the centre square. It's a dangerous ball, but it could be good if it works. It's Nolan, Darcy Nolan. That's a great kick, and he finds Ladlow. Apologies, it was a great build-up by Newcomb. They just took their time, worked the ball around the middle, and it was a good composure from Nolan and Huntley Mitchell. And Ladlow from 50 would be a deserving goal. It's a thumping kick. It's a goal.
Oh, you beauty. That was 45 metres out. And, they've called a point. That's a stitch-up. That will be considered a rushed because it was appears to be tapped. Quick clearance out there into the hands of Jack Jenkins for Drysdale. And then he'll just bomb that over to the outer wing there, looking for his teammate in Jared Love. And he does get paid the mark, I believe, or it is a free kick. Just taken over, looking for Maguire. Oh, great one-on-one there, bit of body work involved, and he just takes the ball into his hands, looking for Garth. Oh, Garth's there by himself, and he's got to run into the goal. Goal number 14 for Garth. 14 goals for his kicks for the game, and that propels Drysdale up to 185 points over Newcomb's 31.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, 14 goals for Jared Garth. I don't think I've ever seen anyone kick as many goals in my lifetime of watching football.
That's exactly right. It is disappointing as we saw Newcomb with Ladlow just a half a centimetre short of kicking a goal, which was a great build-up by the Newcomb power, and then just that little easy outlet from Drysdale just to kick out of Newcomb's forward line just too easy. They've done that too many occasions when Newcomb have gone inside 50 and a superb goal on the run by Garth. He just nudged his defender perfectly there.
So ball goes up now, and tap there. What
By
looked
Code.
to be by Code. He's been in the ruck now for
Has been good. He's lots of opportunities around the ground. He's just pickpocketed the ball and then just kicked it straight on his boot, getting quick clearances which have been limited for Newcomb, thanks to Mitch Maguire, the captain of Drysdale. Here's a
And-
clearance going the way of Newcomb.
and Lynch has the ball in hand, and he'll just do a short little kick to his teammate. Looking, I think that was for Ben Ryan. He was looking for, but picked up by his
good
teammate,
tackle.
and good tackle there laid by Ladlow, and it'll actually go into his favour. It was a fantastic tackle by the Newcomb player.
Was involved in their interleague squad.
Yes, he was.
Unfortunately, wasn't able to make the team, but
No, Hussey and Wagner were the two successful players in the end there, who did, but especially Hussey, played very well. And that's just gone in.
it was a
Or
nice kick from Ricky. But
yeah, Kieran Burke there was trying to mark that one. The big man.
Jenkins did really well.
Scott tries to clear the ball out. Lynch gets a handball. He picks up the pieces. And he's running with it, tries to fend off a player. Lynch, how fantastic has he been? Pan passes over to Ben Ryan. He takes it towards the centre circle. Maguire tried to get it on. Lynch also involved once again. And then Ryan also picks up the ball. And chasing after it was Williamson. And Lynch has it again. He just takes it straight into the 50, looking for Garth. Garth, he almost had an umpire calls play on.
Nolan's Newcomb players down as well.
Yep, I'll keep an eye on that one actually, Wilbur. So he's still down there.
Reid need to win that one-on-one contest, and he wasn't able to. Good composure there.
There's a Drysdale player calling for the game to be paused for... Oh, gee, doesn't look too good. I'm just trying to pick up the number. Might just been knocked here a bit.
And there's it holding up play. Josh Walker has a shot from the pocket. As you hear the whistle blow now, that going to get the stretcher. It
Yeah,
appears.
trainer's call for the stretcher. I can't pick up the number, so I don't know what player it is, but he's got his arms out on the ground there, so he doesn't look like he's in the best condition.
It's no good as well with 29 minutes.
No, it's
29
definitely,
minutes gone the last quarter.
Yeah, it's a cheap sort of injury to pick up at this point of the game. And unfortunately, I have not been able to see this player's number, so I can't identify who it is. And I didn't see how he went down as well. I think it was
a sling. Oh, it was actually it was a contest with Garth, and he must have possibly.
You reckon an elbow, you think?
Yeah, possibly an elbow to the face or the back of the head. I know Darcy Nolan was in that contest, but I'm not sure if it was him. It was either him or possibly Parrish in that contest, I think.
Yep, so
one of them two, or possibly Jennings as well. But as you see, the Newcomb boys getting around him, and obviously Garth would be there to console him.
Players all in close quarters here, actually, like it's almost the end of the game, which it almost is. The siren hasn't gone yet. Just still trying to get this player's number for everyone to know.
Clock does stop as well.
Yeah, for
when
these
the
sort of
stretcher
moments.
happens.
Yeah, so the clock is stopped, so there's around 2 to 3 minutes remaining. And I'm just trying to get this player's number still, so I'll let you know as soon as I can, as the players now huddle into their respective teams. What have you got for us? Will be any stats that you've been able to find over this quarter or the game?
Yeah, Newcomb +5 for clearances this quarter have been a lot better, in the inside ball have just been a lot more hard in under. Their +4 in tackles for the quarter as well, been really good in that department. They've, as we saw with Ladlow earlier, they've just been applying a lot more pressure, which has been great, and which has led to +2 inside 50s in the quarter as well. So they've had lots of opportunities, Newcomb, this quarter, which is what you always want to bring into next week's game, and obviously training for next week. Unfortunately, when Drysdale have gone inside 50 only with the 8 inside 50s for the quarter, they've had 6 scoring shots, which doesn't help.
Yeah, I won't be able to pick up this player's number because unfortunately a lot of trainers are in the way. But someone has gone down there in Newcomb's back line. So it's not good to see this sort of stuff. In the end, we're all playing footy for fun. And definitely not good to see these sorts of injuries, but
It's just a game. It's just a game of football. In
definitely,
the end.
it is.
Your health and well-being's a lot more important than just playing football. It's always good to have fun with your mates, but if someone does get hurt, you always feel sympathy towards them.
Most definitely, and like I was saying before, I believe it was, I think Josh Eddy was first to go over there for Drysdale, and even he was calling to stop the game.
Yeah,
He didn't look in too good condition.
which is great from the opposition to be able to do that as well. As Josh Walsh is still waiting for his opportunity to kick goal. It'd be very hard to kick, I reckon, now after waiting for so long. It's
Yeah, the
whole
momentum gets out of you a bit.
whole routine changes, but anyway, Josh Walsh, he comes in a little bit of a stutter step.
So Josh Walsh,
Pulled it to the left.
yeah, has gone to the left and will stay
Still,
in play.
Garth
And
almost took a ripper.
Garth almost picked it up again. It's been the story of the day, just Garth collecting the
Really
ball.
has been.
And that will be another behind for Drysdale. 7:31 to 28. 28-17, I believe. 186.
86.
Thank you very much, Willa. As they change that scoreboard on the other side there. And
They've done well here, Newcomb.
yeah,
Good fist there by the Drysdale player. It's a 1-1 contest, nearly be won, and it was by Ryan. He's played pretty good, I thought.
yeah, Ryan had a very good second half, I thought, as well. And he's looking for his teammate Maguire's also around the ball. Great mark there by the number 40 of Jared Love. And he just takes it straight into the 50 there. Plenty of players around the ball. Ladlow had it in his hands briefly for Newcomb. Jumping onto the ball is Taylor Bonner. He's had 4 goals today and he's lingering in the forward line. And it will be a high call, I believe. Or is that a ball up?
Just a ball up.
Ball up there. Thank you very much, Will. So 40 metres from Drysdale's goal. They might just fall short of the 200 here.
Yeah, it would be difficult now. They need 3 goals in probably 3 minutes, if there is even 3 minutes left. As there's about to click over 34 minutes.
Yeah, once factoring in that delay we just had.
Probably give them extra 2 more minutes.
Yep, so ball goes up there. Straight up tap by Matt Piggott.
It's just been kicked out of the back. It could have almost been deliberate, but it wasn't paid.
So definitely a lot to take out of this game for both sides, and they'll be looking for the siren soon. And the ball's going to be thrown back in here, about 35 metres out from Drysdale's goal. And it's just straight away picked up there by the number 30 of Kyle Davis. Plenty of players around the ball here. And Newcomb's going to get a chance to clear this one out. There's no one really over there, and Lynch by himself just picks up the ball. He'll stop play and just look for a man to his left. That is Niall G, I believe.
Yep.
And he's just taken it to the far left side there.
Finds
over
Hebard,
who's kicked. Hebard has kicked 3 goals today. 3 goals, 1.
Garth's
and Garth's up there.
followed up really well. Twisting and turning. Misses his opponent. Ladlow needs to hold the tackle. He does. But it eventually gets out. Oh, nice little tap forward.
That was Ryan there who picked up the pieces from that tap, and it's just gone across the face.
It could have been an incredible goal from O'Dowd's tap, but
there we go.
Sounds.
Siren sound. So 7:31 was Newcomb's score to 28 as they change the scoreboard. 28. 19, 160. 187, thank you. So a very strong margin here from the Drysdale Hawks. It's been a very good day of footy, you could call it. There's been some great results across the whole league. And like I was just saying, both teams will take a lot out of this. Drysdale will propel themselves up with such a high percentage and go 5-3 for the season. Meanwhile, Newcomb will concede another loss and go 3-5 for the season and lose a fair bit of percentage there potentially. So thank you very much for joining us. It's been a pleasure having you on board, and we'll see you next week for Geelong Football League action. Bye for now.